BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether you are a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion with the largest selection of odds on everything from NBA and college basketball to the NHL and UFC. BetOnline continues to be your number one sports betting source. For every three-pointer to hat trick, BetOnline has you covered with odds, stats, and more for every game, every play, and every win. BetOnline, the game starts here. Please bet responsibly.
Let's go.
Yo, Sneak This Podcast, episode 380.
380.
Don, back in the building.
Yo,
Dang,
back like I never left. What's good?
I think I left my page right here.
Uh-oh, he left his page. What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good?
You see, I would have had my top 10 list.
Look at the second episode of the, what was the song you doing last time? The Greg and Don
the
show?
Greg and Don podcast.
Gang, gang. What's
So
up,
we
y'all?
back. Appreciate everybody who likes, subscribe, share this podcast. This is episode 380.
That's wild.
Now, we probably should have been at 400, but we stopped doing it every week, so it is what it is. But I'm going to try to get back to it eventually.
You'll hit 400 soon. Technically, you've hit 400, because some of them closet ones, did you count?
I didn't count those.
So I was going to say, you hit 400, because there was a whole point where you was closeted, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think maybe during COVID I counted them, but like all the other ones, I don't think I counted them. So.
Okay.
Well, who knows? We're definitely over 400.
You were definitely at 400.
Either way, we appreciate subscribe, share the podcast. We appreciate everybody who rocks with us, listens, and everything like that over the years. Like we talked about the other week, we are doing top 10 sneakers. Now, I put sneakers we might camp for.
Come on, man. These are sneakers that I would absolutely camp for. That was the whole point. The whole point when we talked about was, what's the one that you undeniably will camp for? And I got my 10.
See, I think there's probably 3 I would undeniably camp for.
Okay.
The rest are like, I'm saying that today, but when it pulls up, I'll probably be like, I don't know.
But why though? What already is making you like think you wouldn't do it?
Well, you know what? Well, 2 of them are the model.
Okay.
Like, I only like this shoe in this model.
Now, okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So I could easily be like, man, I ain't pulling up. I ain't standing like nowhere for no.
Now you're gonna wear these. Everything on your list, because
Everything.
I made sure everything I put on the list are wearable and I'm wearing.
Yeah, and yeah, everything I'm wearing.
Okay,
Like,
because I'm not camping just for nostalgia. Although I did put one, like I told you, is a for the culture only camp, but I'd still wear it.
Yeah, and I have one of those on here, and I'm not even that huge of a fan of it. Never have been, but like it's like we've been in sneakers so long.
Mm-hmm.
If we as OGs got the opportunity to cop certain things, I gotta cop it.
That's how I look at it. Everything here on this list is, I've wanted it forever. It was expensive when it came out, or at the time when it released, it just like, it didn't hit. We've been in AZ forever.
Yeah.
So a lot of the releases I have on here were East Coast only, or when they used to do just strictly LA, strictly Florida, you know what I'm saying? Those type of releases. So
I got some of the ones too that like you had an opportunity, but we were like, nah, and then all of a sudden they're like 1,000.
that too.
Like,
that too. Yeah, that too.
So, and I did put a time on it. I put 9 p.m. to 10 a.m. I didn't do like no full 24 hours.
I think the majority of them, I would do 12 hours. My number one, the more I thought about it, I might do a day.
I don't know if I could do a full 24.
I might do a day. Now, if it were like,
I'm talking like a 10 a.m. to what? 10 p.m. to 10 a.m.? Well,
like a 10 a.m. to 10 a.m.
10 a.m. to 10 a.m. Yeah.
I might do it. Now, if they did it the way they did, what shoe was that? What shoe was that for? Where they did the 7-day camp, and they let you like come back and check in.
Oh,
that was a Galaxy phone posit, right?
Okay.
Remember when they did that?
I think it was for the Galaxy Pack. They let you go home and come back.
Yeah, when they were like,
something.
"Yo, be here at 9 a.m. You camp for 4 hours or whatever, and you can go home for lunch. Come check back in and stuff like that. As long as you check in at this time, you know what I'm saying. Then you leave it. I would do that for my number one. I would do that. I would go back and forth, unless they said, "Yo, a full day and whatever." I would do that.
That process, I could add a few more then.
Ooh, I'm not adding any more. If I can go home, we'll see.
Going home makes a difference.
Cause like, and that's what I said. Depends on the stores too, cause it does make a difference. Cause like that was House of Hoops. Now remember, High Point for the first Yeezy, the Air Yeezy 1, you couldn't leave.
Yeah.
And Cats was there for like 3 days.
That was insane, though.
That was a wild
By the
release.
time I even realized they were getting them, Cats was already out there.
Yeah.
Like, it was like Thursday night when I heard about it, and I was like, High Point getting them?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, we know how High Point operates. Like, they only probably going to give out about 20 at the max, 12.
Yeah.
And by that time, Catch was already like, bro, there's already people out here.
But see, that's when we knew High Point was like it. Like, High Point was always fire, but once they got the Air Yeezy 1 and they were like, we're the only one in the state, which they were, that's when we were like, oh, okay, they're different. And I considered going up there if it was going to be 24 hours. But then when I heard there was already people in line on that Thursday and they were releasing Saturday, I was like, yeah, no, you're out of your mind.
Yeah.
I was good at that point. So I'm like, that's how I knew for a fact there's not a shoe out there I would camp more than a day for.
Okay.
I think it was that release that solidified it for me.
Yeah, because that Galaxy pack sort of wrapped it up for me. Even though I got them from raffle from Nike, like I got the Kobe.
Yeah.
And then I think that was the only one that I got out of the whole Galaxy pack.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I don't know. There was just some general campouts that just wrapped it up for me. Like,
For real?
Yeah, I mean, I did quite a few of the like 8 o'clock to opening. Even some of the stores back in the day were like, it got to such a point to where it was too out of control with the camping or security was making such a big deal. Some of the stores opened at like 7.
It was mainly security.
Yeah.
I never, again, like we said, outside of the Concord release, that one being wild, all the other ones I did for the most part was controlled. It was always security that had an issue with it. You know what I'm saying? Us, like, for real campers, we knew what time it was. There was like, there was rules to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody kind of knew what the vibe was. Like, you pull up, as long as you got your chair, as long as you're cordial and everything like that. Everyone knew what time it was. We were all good, and we always followed the rules. But it was for the most part security that had an issue with it.
You remember what used to suck was like when you would do the mall campouts and you didn't know which entrance to like.
Oh, I
camp
hated
out of.
that.
God, that's.
I hated that. That was always an iffy. It was at the front. Was it the back? Some people knew like
top, like
how to get to the side door and all of that.
You would like come and you would see some cats in line downstairs at Scottsdale, some upstairs at Scott, and you'd be like, "Fam, which is the line?"
Yeah.
Like, and then like each line you into, both lines are like, "Oh no, this is the real line. They don't know. This is the real line. They don't know."
I remember that. And this is gonna be for the OGs out here in Arizona. Remember World Foot Locker in Metro Center that was downstairs.
Ooh.
I remember a release. I don't remember the shoe, but I remember a release where everybody was at the front and we were at the side. Like, it was that side entrance where like nobody went in because it was like the nail salons and all of that.
It was a weird. That bottom half of Metro Center was kind of weird.
Super weird. So we kicked it there, and it was like 2 of us. They always would open that door first because there were salons there. You know what I'm saying? And like people can go get their nails done or their hair done early before the actual mall opened. So we would go there. And then we'd get in maybe at least 30 minutes early. So we were kicking it in front of the store before the actual mall opened.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, how in the hell did you guys get in early? We never said no.
A lot of people at Metro Center always was up there by the food court, by that, like where the arcade used to be at.
Yeah.
Yep, they used to always be up
too.
there. And that was a long walk to that World Foot Locker because
for sure.
unless they were going to release at that finish line on the top
That was
level,
right there.
That was right there. But you would have to come through that main street, get down the stairs, all the way to the end of Metro Center. That World Foot Locker was right there in that corner right there. And that was crazy.
Facts.
I remember like K-Momo was like a little bit down.
K-Momo was down.
That lower level was just kind of like odd stores.
And then once they opened Chic down there, that's when Metro was popping for the longest time.
Yeah.
Especially for campouts. Because it's like you had, like you said, Finish Line, you had World Foot Locker, and then you had Chic. And Champs was in there too. So like you had options.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Camping, it used to be a good time. And you had viable options and a good amount of chances. Now it's,
Now, I will tell you, the rules would change for me if the camping is indoors. Out here it's just hot.
It is.
Like, it don't matter if it's 1 a.m. It's 100. It doesn't matter.
true.
Like, that's what bothered me was just the being outside aspect of
I
it.
agree.
If the mall lets you in and you could line up, because back in the day, people forget, they used to let you in the mall and you would just sit in line and lay on the floor inside the mall.
Yeah.
But then they stopped doing that because cats was wandering around
Y'all
and
ruined it
doing
for
too
us.
much fooling around, vandalizing, doing dumb stuff. So then they made you wait outside the mall. Then you had to wait till the doors open. And if you had really good security would maintain the line outside and make you walk in single file.
Yeah.
Some stores would just open the doors and then you just bust through it and start
Free-for-all.
running. Because you could be in a actual line outside for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
But then they open the doors, and now everybody rush in and make a whole new line. And it's like, fam, I was in the front.
Like, you
and
knew
now
I
I'm
was
in the back.
third in line, and now I'm 12th.
God, that used to suck.
I know,
But
dog.
anyways, I did make a list. I got one honorable mention, but I could switch that honorable mention out for my last pair.
Okay.
Because the last pair is sort of iffy.
All right,
at
I'm
this
excited.
point.
My last pair is iffy too, and it's only, and when we get to it, you'll see it. It's only because I had the opportunity to cop for retail, and I didn't, and I'll tell you why when we get there. But
It's crazy. You got on Supreme today. I got on Supreme today.
yes, sir. First time I wore Supreme in a long time. I was going to the closet the other day because I've been doing this closet haul, man. I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff. Like, I've been donating a lot, looking for shirts that, like, if I've never worn, I'm just gonna like sell on the cheap. And I'm like, I went to my little Supreme section. I'm like, what am I still doing with Supreme tees? But I'm like, first of all, Sade, so that's why I put it on. But I got a bunch of tees that I've never touched. And I'm like, if somebody wants some Supreme, man, they about to get it for cheap.
I got a bunch of Supreme too that I bought that, like, you remember when, like, they put the update the site and like things that you thought were okay. If you just thought it was okay, you just had to cop immediately.
Yeah.
Because it was gonna sell out quick. And I got that stuff in hand, like, this sucks.
I got a lot of it.
Heck is this?
A lot.
Got some baseball jerseys, some t-shirt. I'm like, this stuff sucks.
You know what's funny too, though, how Supreme kind of dipped. It's starting to come back on the rise.
Oh, those definitely coming back.
And I say that because I also too found like a drawer full of Supreme stickers, mad stickers, right? And I went on eBay just to check. Fam, stickers are kind of going out of control right now, and I've got a ton.
Fam,
So Supreme is kind of up on the rise.
Supreme is
again.
coming back.
Yeah.
They knew how to like bring it back and like ease in with some of the stuff that they was doing and like get back to like a little bit of their roots. So.
Yeah.
But what you wearing today?
Now I wore these specifically because of our last conversation on our we can't wear these anymore list. You said AJKOs are no longer wearable, so I brought out just for you the 2009 AJKO ones. They're still wearable.
I was really close to wearing an AJKO.
They're still wearable. And I did it specifically for you. I was like, let me see if I can go deep in the corner of the closet and dust these off. Box was dusty.
You know why I didn't wear AJKO? Because I just said that I wasn't going to.
I did it strictly for you, bro. And listen, they're still wearable to me. I haven't worn these in a couple of years, but I was like, I did it just because he said that.
I was like, you know what? I may put an AJKO, but I was like, I just said that I wouldn't. All right,
I did it for you, bro.
And I forgot I got those. That I'm looking at yours because I was like, man, I forgot I bought mine off eBay from this cat. They're a size 10. They're a little big, but them was like one of the ones that like came vintage.
Yes,
like with the white on the bottom and all
so
that.
So these came vintage, and I absolutely hated. You know how I don't like that pre-yellowed or whatever.
Hate that.
So I had Vic Almighty. Shout out to Vic. He actually removed the vintage.
Oh, really?
Years ago. I'm talking years ago. Before now, you can't get a hold of him because he's out of here. I've been trying to get a hold of him for weeks.
Really?
Yo, Vic Almighty, if you see this, man, hit me back, bro. I got a project. But no, that's my guy, man. Shout out to him. But yeah, he did this for me years ago, and I don't think I wore him after he did it. So it's been a while, but yeah, man.
Them joints went back. They got authentically aged now.
I like them.
Took them off.
Yo, they definitely authentically aged. I'm cool with that.
So I was like, am I gonna wear a Jordan 3 today? All right.
I'm kind of tight. Like, I like what you wore, but I'm tight you didn't do that, bro. Hey, y'all, I told him when we was talking, he said, I'm gonna wear a Jordan. I'm like, put a 3 on. Every time I come to this goddamn podcast, I'm gonna tell you to put a 3 on. Just do it.
So I was like, well, let me go in the closet and look for my 3s because I only got 3 3s.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Reimagine, the Chlorophyll, and Fire Reds.
Okay.
They're the only 3s I currently still have right now.
All right.
Okay. Maybe there's something else.
I was gonna say, I feel like you have more.
I think there's something else in there.
you got
But like I
some
said, I've owned every single 3 that exists except DB3s. And I've just never, and I'm a Meniere, the white pair and the black
Gotcha.
pair. I didn't buy those.
Yeah.
But like, I just got rid of all of them because they didn't look good on me. And then I went to the closet like, man, I can't get these out. But I had already took these out for the other week we did it. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm bringing the 9s out. So this is the second time I ever wore these. Now, I don't remember 9s being this hard to put on.
Oh, they're hard to put on.
Man.
I want to hear how you pronounce it. I always laugh how y'all pronounce it.
This is the Jordan 9 Anthracite.
There you go, not the Anthracite.
Anthracite, all right? Now, this is the very last 9 I've ever bought, okay?
Fire.
And the reason why I bought it is because remember when the Oregon, they showed the Oregon when I was like, God, them joints is fire, but it had this O on the back.
Yep.
And then I was like, fam, they came out with the exact same one, but they just put the 23, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm copying.
Damn joints are fire, bro.
These joints is clean.
Look at the suede on them, dog.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Look at the suede.
This is one of my, if not my favorite Jordan. Obviously Olive 9s and stuff, but these joints are fire.
They're amazing.
Like, I'm sitting there looking at them like, I wore them one time and I played cornhole in them at the Vig.
Yeah.
That was the last time I wore them. I think I was with Simple on lunch or something like that. But these right here, these are stupid fire.
Lines out, man.
But boy, getting these joints on your feet, you have to use every feature. The pull tab, the tongue.
A lot of retros,
Oh my God.
they're tough to put on. That's why, they started making the I can't wear them anymore list. But when they look good, though,
I think I
good.
forgot it had that booty inside, too, that thing.
You got to use both fingers and all that. And got to use actual force. Yeah.
But I will tell you this, wearing sneakers to like the pod episodes, I go, all right, man.
Yeah, wear them.
You can do this.
You can, so
I'm
you
like,
can put the 3 on.
I think it's time.
It's time.
I think next time I may have to put the 3 on.
You're gonna have to, and what I've been doing too with my closet is I've organized it to where the ones I'm never gonna wear again that I know are getting rid of, and the ones I will. So it's not hard for me to, you know what I'm saying, start taking things out. I have an area now. It's like these are my wearables. These are when you say pull up to the pod. Here's a row. These are the rows I'm going with. You know what I'm saying?
Why you got the ones that you never wear again still, though? Because I do, too. And I don't know why I won't get rid of them.
So for the most part, some of them I eventually will sell, but some of them either sweat equity, like for what it took for me to get, you know what I mean? Will they ever release again type of thing? And some is just like, they're just too fire, bro. It's just some of them, there's a couple where I'm just like, dog, what am I know I'm not going to wear them, but I can't get rid of these. You know what I mean?
I got a few of those. I also got some that were just super limited. Like, I know people always make fun of me about my Fila's that I bought that era, like the Fila Mind Blowers, and they did a collaboration with all these stores. But they only made 50 pairs of each colorway, and I got about 11 of them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, buddy, I will never wear these again, but like, I got 11 out of 50.
Dog, I got some that aren't even expensive that I can't get rid of just because, like, I was going through my Air Max 90 section the other day because I've been wearing 90s recently, and I have like the reverse duck camos that I've never worn, right? Now, I could get rid of them because I don't know if I'm ever going to wear them because it's duck camo.
Right.
But I look at them, I'm like, dog, it took me a minute to get these. And at the time, they were going for like $400 or $500. Now they're like $150. But like, I don't know if they're ever going to release them again. Because that's one of those one-off 90s that like, they don't need to retro them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, nah, I'm going to keep them for the
though,
time
didn't
being.
they?
Not the reverse duck. The original duck camo... They released. This is like that reverse duck, like infrared.
I know what you're talking about.
Duck camo.
Yeah. Okay.
I copped them because I could never get the original duck camos, but I never wore them.
Yeah, like I got a few, like you said, like that they're just fire to me still, or really limited, or I just like them being in there. There are some that are like completely unwearable, like they're cracked up and whatnot. Like I got the original Indestruct Rodmans. I got bunch of Rain Man, Sean Kemp's, Kamikazes. But I'm like, what is a Kamikaze Sean Kemp's, man? What? I'm not wearing these, but come on, man. These is Kamikazes.
Yeah.
I love them joints.
Same with my, what's it called? The Deion Sanders, the red Sanders.
Yeah.
I could wear them, but I don't. But I'm like, come on, man, it's Deion. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. That was a time. I think a lot of it, too, is nostalgia. Like, that was a time. I remember what I did to get them. I remember wearing them. I'm like, I'm not getting rid of these, man. That's a time.
Nostalgia is paralyzing. It'll have you holding on to stuff for the rest of your life.
And that's why I think I guess there's a different level of sneakerhead, right? Like, our level of sneakerhead, we tie emotion and nostalgia to what we cop. Today's sneakerhead is, like, something different. You know what I mean? Like, we weren't copying... Not 100% for hype.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We legit had like nostalgia, or there's a reason why we actually wanted the shoe that we wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. And now, like you said, I will tell you that like the nostalgia will fade though. Like, when I hear certain people like, bro, this takes me back to when I was in 3rd grade. But you're 47. Grow up, man. Like, that's too far. That's too far, Don. Don.
I don't know if I fully agree with
Don, if you in your late 30s, 40s, and you like, bro, I remember in 4th grade, bro, grow up.
But
Move
why,
on.
though? I've heard you
Fam.
before say, dog, I
You
remember
right.
getting these when I was a kid, or when I like,
You right.
you know, my dad or my mom, they let me step out with these. Like,
You right,
so then what's the
dog.
difference?
Fam.
See, and for me, why is Jordan 5 my favorite shoe? Because it's what I saw as a kid,
That's
watching Fresh
different, though.
Prince, watching Jordan play. How's
That's
it different?
different.
It's not different. That's nostalgia.
Because
And I was in fourth grade.
Yes, you've already met that quota of nostalgia.
Okay.
Many times.
Okay.
Now, any Jordan 5 is just because it's just the greatest Jordan sneaker to you.
Okay.
All Jordan 6s to me, yes, it takes me back to when I very first watched a game and focused on Jordan.
Okay.
I was watching the championship for the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan switched hands in the air, and the Jordan, who is this?
Yeah.
Now, I knew of Jordan sneakers, but I had never really watched him play basketball till then. My dad goes, yeah, I'm getting you some Jordans.
Okay.
I didn't ask for them. That's what makes me mind it. Now, I've had plenty of infrareds. I may have about, I don't know.
You still got a grill.
I got so many infrared sixes.
So tight, dog.
I wore some to golf in. I wore some to work. I got so many black
remember.
infrared sixes.
Yeah.
And now it's at this point, it's like any other Jordan 6 is just like, just my favorite Jordan of all time. It doesn't take me back to nothing. It's over with.
That's
now.
cool. I get it. But at the same time, if we're talking to somebody that you say is like mid-40s, 50s or whatever, and he's like, yo, I remember when Sean Kemp dunked on such and such and he was wearing these. If that takes him back, I'm not going to hate on it. I'm not going to tell homie to grow up. Because for me,
that's different.
That's authentic nostalgia.
That's different. You're talking about a non-sneakerhead. A non-sneakerhead that goes, yo, I remember when I was a kid and I couldn't cop these, and I remember I was a huge Sean Kemp fan. Cool. But for us, fam, we've had so much. We've reached all of our quota in the history of sneakerheads.
If you're talking of, okay.
There is nothing that you can say, Don, that you can be like, man, I haven't copped that pair from
That's fair.
first
That's fair.
college life.
For us and our generation of sneakerhead, that's fair.
Yes.
Because we've had everything, we've copped everything, we've worn everything. Yeah, okay. That's
Because I love talking to people that like you never see in Jordans. And then they come up one day like, oh, yo, you got the threes? Fam, this has always been my favorite since a kid. That's their only Jordan they're going to cop for the next 5 years.
That might be fair because I don't know if there's a shoe today that if they said, yo, for the first time ever retroing, like comes out and I go, fam.
Yes
I don't
and no.
I don't know.
Because-
For me, I don't know if there is.
So,
I'm not talking colorways. I'm talking if there's a model.
oh, okay.
Like, no, if there's like a model or anything, they're like, yo, for the first time ever since 1994, we're releasing the, grandmamas or something like that.
Yeah,
like
already did.
Converse Reacts.
Yeah,
Just something like, I don't think there's a model like that I
No.
grew up with.
There's only one genre of sneakers that still could release that make me, and I have quite a bit of these on my list, are Dunk SBs.
Oh well.
There's quite a few Dunk
Okay.
SBs that like, okay, I will go out. I will do what I can to get those because I have
That's not nostalgia when we were like younger though.
Well, I mean, we was pretty young. Like,
04, 05? Okay.
I mean, man, that's a long time ago. We old
do that.
now.
Don't do that. You're not wrong.
Like, fam, just think about when Galaxy phones
That
came
kind of
out.
pisses me off, bro.
Bro, Galaxy phones came out, what, 2012?
Yeah, that kind of makes me
Damn.
mad, dog.
Damn, it's been a long time.
Because I was looking at even these came out in 2009. I was like, bro, 2009, I wasn't even a dad yet. I was still out there
Damn.
being a degenerate. Come on.
Fam, there's a lot of sneakers that like we don't realize that we either didn't get our hands on, passed on, didn't really know they
That makes
came
me
out.
mad, bro.
And you go, holy crap, I was in a completely different phase in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to go back that far, but I ain't going back to elementary school. Though. Like
I don't
ain't
think there's
doing
anything from my elementary
There's
school
not.
days that I didn't even care for. So that's fair.
that. Yeah, we've already done it all. But
Yeah.
anyway, did you pick up anything?
No, sir. Not since I've been
Me
here.
neither.
I tried for the Galaxy
Did you
phone.
try ups?
I,
You got
you know
any
what?
try ups?
I
Try
gave
ups.
a valiant effort. And I'm actually kind of surprised I didn't hit because everybody supposedly said it was very easy to grab. I put in all of the raffles. I did about 4 raffles.
Me too.
I did
Sneakers.
sneakers, and I didn't hit. And I'm not mad, but I was just like,
I'm not mad at all. Now, I will say that, like, just like you said, it seemed like a lot of people got their hands on it.
yeah.
And I was like, and part of me is like, well, thank God, because I really didn't want to spend the money.
Facts.
But then
I was
like-
committed to do it.
But I was committed.
Mhm.
And then I'm like, there's a lot of people who got these joints, and I'm a little touched by it.
I was annoyed.
I was a little annoyed. But then at the same time, I'm like, well, that's that.
Yeah, yeah. It was like on to the next. Now, if I find them for retail,
I don't even know if I can now.
no, I know we can't.
Like,
But-
no, I mean, like, I don't even know if I can mentally get my retail. Retail's a lot. I didn't want to pay retail for them now.
But we committed. Okay, let's say this.
We already passed.
we passed?
It was
Is it?
passed. It's
Okay,
passed.
okay.
Now, don't get me wrong. I run into them for like 180 or something. Or worn twice for 160.
If it's 200 under, yeah.
I may make some moves.
So
but
if you do that, then you'd have to hit me and be like, yo, I found one for under 200.
I might have to. But even that, I was like, Greg, you committed to it, but what are you about to wear space on your feet again?
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
And see, even that, like, that kind of like you said, annoyed me because, like, I actually tried and I actually, quote unquote, wanted the shoe and I couldn't get it. So that made me go back, like, see, that's why I don't really rock with the everyday releases anymore. Cause it's like, I got to do all of that to give Nike the 230, 245 with tax.
Fam.
And I still couldn't even do that.
I did about 3-4 raffles. I did features.
Yeah.
George even did some raffles for me and tried on Sneakers app for me. I did End.
I
did Kith, I think. I did a few places, and I'm like, fam, cats are really posting. They like, yo, hit on them. I'm like, how
Yeah, my timeline, people were like, yo, easy. I'm like, oh, word?
Yeah, I was like, all right, man, something ain't right. But it is what it is.
What about you? You cop anything?
Nope, just all try-ups. That's all I did. Try-ups. I tried for that, and that was it. And, you know, that was it. I didn't try for the Kobe 6s. I tried for George for the Kobe 6s because he really wanted those, but didn't really get them. What was funny is I was just out in New York, and someone's still sitting on shelves. Like every single thing in New York is on the shelf.
Oh, bro.
Every single thing.
It's the Mecca.
And and here's the thing, like you in that like Times Square area, that Manhattan area, there's like 5 Foot Lockers across the street from each other.
Oh, for sure.
Like we go in them, like, dude, they still got Kobe 5s with the snake on them, Kobe 5s, Kobe 8s, and all the colorways.
They got that JD Sports out there too. That JD Sports is fire
that store. That Foot Locker might be one of the best Foot Lockers I've ever been into in my life.
Facts.
It had every single thing in there. But that's the thing. I was like, oh, and that's what people forget. And we talked about it. People think, oh man, it sold out on sneakers. Man, everybody copped. No, just go outside.
Yeah.
they had chic. You just gotta go outside and get them.
Yeah.
I had cats messaging me like, bro, I can't believe the Dion sold out on. Fam, go get in your car, go down the street.
Find a way.
They're down the street.
Yes.
Like, trust me.
Dang.
But nope, that's all I got. All my awesome try-ups. That was it.
Okay.
So let's do some releases real quick. Not a lot, but there's some.
What's coming out?
So we got this is right up your alley, a Air Max 90 carbon fiber infrared.
I saw it. I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it. It's been a while since I copped the Air Max 90.
You got plenty.
I know, but you know what's funny? I haven't touched one in a while, and then I started putting them on again. I was like, yeah, man, I like these.
Yeah,
I like
them
90s.
joints is coming out.
So I'm not mad at those.
That one joint you said you want to cop is coming out. That black cat with the net on it.
Listen, I don't knock anybody for buying what they want to buy, but shoot yourself if you cop. Shoot yourself, please, if you cop.
Fam.
Now, cop for your kids, I guess.
That's fine. A little girl, like,
Yeah,
even a triple black on a girl.
I know. Listen, I guess, but a grown adult wearing a baseball cage out under the
Fam.
front of your fours, don't do that.
You know somebody gonna try to just cut the net off and be like, I got Black Thunders now,
Don't do
or
that, please.
Cats, whatever.
Please don't.
We got Air Sunder reflectives. They okay, but they
Alright.
too expensive. I'm not paying no $200 for no zipper shoe.
No, thank you.
Union Ones come out this week on Thursday. Now, everybody that stood outside for the raffle ticket at the store, that line was wrapped.
Super wrapped.
They said every single person got a pair.
Of course he did.
That was a group of people.
And 90% of them are thinking they're gonna cop them to resale. I guarantee it.
Well, everybody, that's what reported on Twitter, that every single person that signed up for the raffle got their pair.
I like that.
I do.
So if that's the case, shout out to Union for doing that. I
Yes.
actually appreciate that.
I do.
That's how it should be. That being said, they're just cool.
I don't care for them that much.
They're just cool. Are you gonna try?
I don't know. You know, it's one of those things
What's
where,
retail?
like,
185, 190?
probably like around there, something like that. I think 190.
You know what? I'll be honest. I know I'm not gonna wear it often, so I probably won't even try. If the homie needs them, I'll try for that. But
See, I'm at the point to where I'm like, boy, I didn't get the black ones or the blue ones. At least I could get the red ones. But I know I don't really care for these at all.
I don't.
Look at these and go, yo, I got lost and found. I got those. These don't make me go like, whoa.
Now, if I did try, it would only solely to say I have a Union Jordan 1 in my closet.
That's literally what it's
no joke.
At this point. That's no joke what it would be
That's
for.
the only reason why.
I got a Union.
I got a Union 1 specifically because I've got like Union dunks and I've got other like Union collabs. So I'm like, I would do that just to say, all right, cool. I got a Union 1 in the closet.
I got one in the closet. I'm an OG. That's all.
Yeah, that's all it's for.
Some sporty rich handballs, Spezials,
Sure.
Fine. Yeah. I mean, they can't suck.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing with Adidas. It's like, yes, these are fire, but like you can't make a bad.
No, it's
blue, green, yellow, purple, black. It don't matter what color it is. The shit was fine.
Call it a name.
The problem is that these joints are like $130. Like, come on, them should be like $77.
Yeah, it should be at outlets the day they release.
Yeah. Looks like a Volmero 18, some type of new runner.
I'm sure it's comfortable.
There's a lot of colorways of that. I'm sure it's
comfortable.
fine. I'm sure there's a lot of people that try to.
They at the outlet. I'll try them on. Yeah, run around in the store.
There's a lot of people that's going to try to convince themselves.
Dog, have you ever been to a store and seen people actually try the run shoe and like try to run in them? I was in Tanger the other day. Well, when I told you I went last time, there was this cat. You knew he was ready. He had on shorts. He had on a tank and he was trying them on. I'm like, dog, first of all, relax. All right, you were not going for a marathon. I don't know if you're trying to show off for people. He looked wild.
He's a weird
and
person.
If he didn't buy him, I'd be tight. I decided it was funny.
See, cats like that, but they really in there trying to figure it out. But they need to go to them one stores, like them runner stores, where they like measure your feet and do all that stuff. I went in one of those stores one time. I was like, yo, they doing way too much.
When the Nike Scottsdale store was open and I worked there, especially in the runner section, and we actually had to have them try it on, especially when free runners came out, everybody was in there. Does it really hurt your feet? Does it really feel like you're wearing a sock? We'd like, take a lap. So you had cats all day taking laps up and down the stairs, running around like you think it was grown-ass kids.
Well, I remember when y'all came out with those one shoes, and I think all y'all was wearing them. I think you were still there, where you put the thing in the sole.
Oh, yeah.
And what did it do? Count your steps or something?
Yeah, it was the Nike Plus. The Nike Plus
to
where
the
they
watch,
count your
right?
steps. Yeah. Oh, it was for the fuel band.
The fuel band. That's what
when
they
they tied up
called.
the fuel band, yeah. And they would like count your steps, count your calories, count your fuel, which was just like a weird way of saying like calories lost. It was a scam. It was one of the biggest scams Nike ever did. Shout out to Nike for that scam, bro. Every single day we sold them shit, I'm like, we just scamming y'all. That was the illest scam I've ever seen in my life. A legal scam, that shit was fire.
The fuel bands came out of nowhere.
Dog. And the thing is like, I remember the training class when they like told us in depth like how you, like what is fuel, how you gonna explain it to customers. We all left going, oh, this is some gangster shit. I'm not gonna hold you. That shit was so tight. Yeah, see, fuel equates to, one fuel equates like 5 miles ran. I was like, no, it doesn't.
Fam, I was reselling fuel bands for like $300 a band.
Yo, we was out there getting people. And especially when they started making the rose gold jumps, you know what I'm saying?
Then that was it.
Because people caught on to the scam.
God, boy, that
it was like, yo,
thing.
connect it to your computer when you get home, and we'll give you a specific pie chart and a graph of how you did your thing. And you was like, yo, I feel good out here. I had 8,000 fuel points.
You know what's funny is like those things like that like was like the groundwork for like the Apple Watch and stuff.
Oh,
like
for
that.
sure.
And they didn't even realize that it was like a bigger brand, Apple and companies like that, they let everybody else try stuff and they just take a piece of that, and they make the ultimate thing. And it's like, I'll be honest with you, I didn't think Apple Watch would last. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere.
You know what? Have you ever owned one?
Yeah, I got Apple Watch. Yeah, I got Apple Watch.
Do you wear it?
I'm not wearing it today, but I do wear it. Only because it's the only watch I got. I want to go back to real watch.
Got it. I don't wear it. I have one. I don't see, me personally, I don't see the reason for it.
I don't want it anymore. I told my wife, I was like, you know what? I got one. I want a real watch again. I don't need this.
Yeah.
I use it to look at the time. I don't respond to people through that and answer it
People
and
be
talk.
Like this.
Heck no, it's too little.
No, it's too little. And it's like, yo, I take pictures of mine. Dog, you have a phone.
There's only benefit to me of the watch is like when I'm in an area that I can't answer my phone or look at my phone.
See, that makes sense. Say if you at work and you get a text, like, you can do this. All right, cool.
And then I look at it and then I pick my phone up and respond through the phone.
Exactly.
So it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
What else we got? We got what's the date today? 25th. Oh, I think
25th,
it's,
yeah.
So then, what should I go through? 25th. I'll go through. Oh shoot, all the way through
March.
the 4th. Okay. Flu games.
I don't know why they're coming out. It makes no sense.
Why you do that?
Because what do we need them for? Now, I love the flu games. That's one of my favorite
One of mine too.
Jordans of all time.
One of mine all time too.
But I don't know if I'm gonna.
I have flu games, so I'm definitely not buying.
I don't think I have them anymore. But I like them.
Yeah,
I like them a lot.
it's one of the probably top 5.
You know what? Maybe I might try for it because the more I think about it, and the more I'm talking about like we want to start wearing shoes. I like 12s.
I do too.
And I like flu games.
I do too.
Now, if they do it right, sure. I think the only reason why I said that is because I feel like they just retroed them a few years ago.
Yeah, the pair I got.
Not the suede ugly
they're
ass
not that
games.
garbage.
They just did them 2016, I want to say.
I think I know I got older than 20.
Or maybe sooner than that. I don't know.
It was something, but I don't know. It's something about a flu game. You just look at it and it just makes you feel good. Like,
Yeah.
oh, look at that. But
They do the OG box and all that. And now if the leather is good, I'm going to go into a store and look at them. Because I know they're going to sit. They're not going to sell out. I'm going to go to House of Hoops and I'm going to check them out. If
I
they
will
look good
tell
in
you
person,
this.
I might.
If they sell out, I think I'd be shocked.
They're not going to sell out.
I don't know.
Fam, retros are sitting.
I don't know, 5. So I can't get my hands on a 5.
That's different.
Why?
Because 5s are more widely worn than 12s.
I wonder why they didn't do the 12 as like a reimagined.
They should have.
Like, I feel like anything that's like a retro OG should be reimagined now at this point.
I don't know what colorway they would choose for the reimagine.
I don't either. I don't know what they would do to it, but anyways, Anthony Edwards, another Ant 1.
They got to stop.
You know what? I feel like with the Ant 2, there were 2 separate samples that were showing of like what's going to be the A2.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the reception was so bad to how they looked because they both sucked.
Yeah.
That I feel like they must have like, we're going to start over or something. Because there is no reason that we should be and still getting Ant 1s right now. Like, move on from that. We got a... Yeah, I'm not saying that. I mean, we got a Nocta Air Force One, the pink ones. They're okay. I got no problem with them. Shoot, what is that? Oh, Lord.
That's how I feel about half the list.
Oh, my God. We got the black version of that new Pegasus, that Pegasus Premium.
That's not bad.
I'm not mad at it. I had seen somebody this past weekend in New York wearing the white ones.
Mm-hmm.
I will say in person on foot, I didn't care for it that much, but I
Okay.
like them. They're okay.
All right.
These Air Max DN8s. Do you like that?
No.
Okay.
I see what they're trying to take the culture. I'm not super mad at it, but
yeah. Like, I see what they're trying to do, but it's something about the execution that's off. Mm-hmm.
it's just tough for me to like get excited or want to get like runners. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Outside of the OG runners we're into, like I like Vomeros, I like Pegasus, but
Yeah.
to get like to say, oh, I want to go cop or wake up in the morning on sneakers release to get it. I'm just not.
Yeah, no. Like now, if I catch a Soul Links, like, yo, we got the DNA8 for free shipping for 97.
Yeah, like great deals.
I'll go,
Sure, why not?
97, okay, I think I can do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the 9th, only because there's a sneaker here that like I forgot was coming out.
Okay.
So on the 8th, we got another Seafoam 4 sale. It's women's.
It's cool.
Looks like for baby girls.
Yeah.
And now this is the reason why I wanted to go to the 8th, because I know you had these. We all had these.
Okay.
But the Air Max Tempos, all right?
Now, I'm not gonna cop on the day of release. Just be honest. But I'm not mad at that. When's the last time they released that? It's been a minute, I'm sure. And I like that colorway.
Let me tell you something, man. Like, when this shoe came out, boy,
Yes, that was different.
God, it was like a must-have.
That was different.
Want. It was something about them that just hit.
I feel like I could wear those during the summer. And because it's already hot in Arizona in February, I could pull those out soon.
Simple had said he copping, and I said, man, I'll never buy those again. But every time I see the picture, I go, man, this was one of my favorites back in the day. This was around 8th grade for me. Like, I'm but these are retro.
Hey, y'all caught that, right? Don't do that.
I said this was one of my favorites. This ain't why I would
You
cop
said
so I could go
grade,
back to
fam.
8th grade.
Hey, grow up, mother. Grow up. No, don't do that.
I wouldn't cop these so I could feel light. But I don't think I ever bought the retro of this.
I like those.
Because I know it's retroed at least once or twice.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever bought the retro to it. I don't think I ever bought... I think I may have bought like a Chicago Bulls colorway that Pippen used to wear.
I never bought the retros of them.
Yeah, but like this colorway, I don't think I ever bought the retro.
I actually like those.
I love these.
Yeah.
Like, I think these joints, oh man.
That's one if they hit the outlet, which they will, that will be a cop at the outlet. If I see it, I'm like, oh, okay, and it's under retail. At retail?
Oh, yeah, I don't know about that.
But if it's under retail at the outlet, I'll cop.
Because I think these are 200.
No.
And I ain't giving you no 200 for these. Not at all. So.
There's not too many shoes these days that I'm willing to pay 200 off the rip for, retail. There's not a lot.
You know.
Especially knowing that if they don't sell out.
The only one that, like, I'll make a fuss about it, but I'll do it is a Jordan 4. And only because for some reason I feel like with a Jordan 4, I don't know why I feel like I get my money's worth out of it.
You get quality.
I don't know why, but like 200 for a 1, the 1 doesn't make me go like, oh yeah, this is a $200 one.
I feel you.
Never.
I completely understand.
Like, I don't care that the 85 Brez just came out of the OG cut. What were they, 250?
They were.
Fam, I don't care. 250. There's nothing you could give me in a Jordan 1 to where I go, oh yeah, that's worth 250. Nothing. Except that they're limited. There's nothing you could give me in a Jordan 1 where I go like, these are definitely worth 250.
Hey, speaking of ones, we were talking about the black toes. See how cheap they are right now?
Oh yeah,
Dog, I'm copping one.
I seen them joints at they were everywhere out of New York. They're everywhere now. Like them joints are super cheap.
They're already under retail, like on StockX and stuff. They're $150. I'm copping one.
I think I will too. Probably eventually. I think I'll pay. Be on the lookout for like soul links. Like, hey, a few sizes here or whatnot. But like them joints is definitely gonna get.
I'm copping now that I know that y'all don't want them and they're under retail. I'm gonna cop them now before people realize that they're kind of tight.
All right. So did you see the great heist
out here in AZ? I sure did.
So let me go ahead and play this for everybody. Listen, let me see if I could get this to play loud.
Conflicting.
Wild West era, investigators arresting 11 people in another massive train heist in northern Arizona. Investigators say the BNSF train had an air hose cut about 20 miles northwest of Williams. That forced the train to emergency stop, and authorities say more than 200 master cases of Nike shoes were stolen. Each case contains 6 pairs of shoes, which sell for more than $200 each. You do the math. All 11 suspects face felony charges. 10 of the 11 suspects were in the United States illegally.
Now, hold on now. Did she say 10 were in the United States illegally or illegally?
Illegally.
Okay, she said illegally.
Yes.
It's funny she emphasized that.
Well, yeah.
Now, look.
Go ahead.
Robbing a train is crazy, huh? Like the amount of planning that goes into that is nuts because I didn't know they sabotaged the train to slow it down. They cut an air hose.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if these people knew these Nikes were gonna be on it or knew this was a Nike train. I did think to myself, I went, and maybe I'm just not familiar with how goods get around the country, but something about Jordans on a train made me laugh. I was
100%.
Like, they don't put these on an airplane?
100%.
But I guess you can't put everything on an airplane. I don't know, man. It's a stupid story, but...
It's funny. I've got a couple different conflicting feelings about the story. First and foremost, I'm with you. You... having sneakers on a train today in 2025.
It sounds funny.
Now, it sounds funny because there's been so many different heists of trucks being broken into. Because we've heard plenty of times, especially in Memphis and everywhere else, where in warehouses, trucks getting broken into, warehouses getting broken into. So I bet they figured, let's put it on a train. They'll never find out. Now, number one, how did these 11 people know they were on the train?
It's got to be an inside thing.
It's definitely an inside thing.
Definitely inside.
And a couple different reasons why. Number one, had to be an inside tip, right? Number two, how do you know to cut the hose for the train to stop?
You had to do some research on this.
No, you had to watch like a movie.
Yeah.
There was no research. You don't just Google how to stop a train. You had to watch like whatever movie Denzel was in when they stopped the train or something like that.
What was that movie?
You know what I'm talking about. It was something
Unstoppable or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Something
You
like
had to
that
watch
with Chris
something like
Pine.
that where it was like, okay, how do you stop a train? And then like the Denzel clip came up and you watched that movie. That's
Now-
number two.
Okay, keep going.
Number three, if you had this illustrious plan and you executed, how the hell did you get caught?
Now, that's the thing. I didn't know they got caught.
If you're in Northern Williams, in the middle of nowhere, and 11 people, how did all y'all get caught?
It makes absolutely no sense.
It doesn't.
Because, and for those who aren't familiar with this part of the area of Arizona, it's not like Phoenix and stuff. It's not the desert.
Williams is in the middle of nowhere.
It's like the middle of nowhere forest.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the only thing I could think of for somebody to get caught is because, just like you said, it's the middle of nowhere. It's going to take you a minute to get away.
Facts.
Like, you happen to get, first of all, they took over, I don't know how many people, but over $200,000 worth. So I don't know how many pairs is that. They said that each box contains 6 pairs. Okay, which I thought was kind of low. I was like,
I don't know if she 100% meant. I think she got her math off because a case is, I'm assuming, a box,
yeah.
and a box has 20 boxes inside of it.
That-
I didn't get her math.
Yeah, I was like 6 pairs a case. I was
Yeah.
like, man, that's a lot of work.
No,
to carry that
I
stuff
feel like
out.
that. Well, that being said, these boxes are big because they're Jordan. I don't know. I didn't get the math, but even in that, so I'm still trying to think, right? Because they didn't give much information about the story. So I'm like, all right, it's in the middle of nowhere. They hit this train, 11 of them. They had to have an escape plan. So what was your escape plan? Where were you going to put all the boxes, right? Did they have vans? Did they think they were just going to run with them? And there's so many things that I want to know. So I'm like, there's more to this story.
Because there's not like multiple ways in and out of that type of area.
No.
There's probably like a main road, which means that once authorities get out there, they're out there. And I don't know how big a department is in that type of area, but I know it's pretty small, and they probably ain't got much to do.
Yeah.
So if you not, basically in order to succeed in this type of heist, the people in charge of the train, they can't find out.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, you had to sabotage the train to stop it. Well, now you've alerted the people who run the train, they're going to alert the authorities. So by the time you start unloading stuff and doing that, people are notified at this point.
So maybe that's it.
Because I'm just thinking to myself, like, if I really wanted to pull off a train heist, I'm going to try to figure out how to steal the sneakers while the train keeps moving.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I would try to do. I don't know if that's possible. 1, 2, I feel like you shouldn't be able to cut a train hose that easy.
Oh, that's why I'm trying to figure this out, man. It's like, and then where's the train hose placed?
I don't.
Is it at the front? Like, are we just assuming there's an engine? Like,
I'm pretty sure we could probably look this up, but we're not. But like you said, did somebody like wait in the bushes, run out, and like while the train rolled by, sliced it? Like, I don't get
And then-
how anything should be that easily cut on a train.
yeah. And then how many cars are on the train? So how do you know, okay, car number 17 has got the Nikes in it?
See, that's an inside job.
There's an inside. Now, having said all of that, and y'all still got caught, now they're all illegals all of a sudden? Don't do that. So that's what I'm saying. There's some type of like inside job where it's like, I feel like it's connected, and I'm not saying anything political, but it's just ironic that now all of a sudden homie's trying to be like, we got to get all the legals out. And now there's this big ass heist with 10 illegals.
10 illegals.
And out of the 11, 10 of them were illegal. So the legal dude just kicked it. There's way too much.
10
And
illegals,
I don't believe it.
10 illegals that, what city was it again?
Williams.
10 illegals in Williams willing to do, willing to do that for Jordans on a moving train just does not match up to me.
It doesn't sound.
It doesn't sound right because these illegals probably were paid to do this, if anything.
100%.
Illegals ain't looking for Jordans.
Yeah.
Not saying that they don't wear Jordans and stuff, but
That's the least of their worries
that's the least of their concern.
in Arizona. If they come to Arizona, they're not coming to do a heist. All right?
Fam, and let me tell you something. If I'm illegal from, let's say, I don't know what country, but I'm assuming Mexico,
Yeah.
I'm stealing drugs. I'm not stealing Jordans. So
No,
I'm stealing something
no.
that I could really sell.
It's like, hey, y'all, listen, we about to heist. Get the van. We going to steal some
Hey,
shoes.
what they gonna do? Walk in and rerun archive with these joints? Like, what they gonna do with
That's the
these?
thing, because they're not even, they were the, which ones? The Nigels?
Nigel 4, the Brick 4s. Them joints is fire. Though.
They're cool.
Oh, don't do that, Don. Don, them joints is fire.
Have you heard what I've said on this pod before?
What?
I'm not the biggest fan of that model.
Of a 4?
It's the Jordan 4 low.
No, it's the 4-4. It's not the low. Don, are you?
I've seen the bricks.
No. It's the 4-4. It's the 4.
It's his model, right?
Well, it has like, the extra swoosh on the side and stuff like that, but it's
know
the
what it is.
4-4.
Cool.
Let me see. Nah, see, I think you misinformed.
I'm confused. I've
Yeah,
seen it.
You misinformed.
All right, show
It's
everybody.
not the lows. There you go.
Okay.
The regular high brick red white laces. These are fire.
Maybe I haven't
All
paid
right.
full attention.
Yeah, I don't think you really
They
paid
cool,
close
they
attention
cool.
to it. Them
That
joints
being
is fire.
said, I still don't think you would risk your life for that.
Now, let me tell you something, and I'm not going to. If they are illegals, which they're just being said that they are, it wouldn't shock me if somebody hired them who's in sneakers to do this. Not saying it has to do with Arizona. Arizona just may have been the best spot they thought would be to hit the train.
Yeah.
I don't know where the train is going.
Well, if it's if it was north, they weren't coming this way. So they were I'm assuming.
So I don't know if they're headed north or headed
Got you.
towards the city. Like, I don't know which way they're headed.
We should hit like Manor and be like, hey, we always expecting these because
That's my thing, because I don't know for certain that this was a pairs allocated for Arizona.
Yeah.
For all I know, somebody in California could have hired some cats, resale shops, anybody, because let me tell you something. That's big business for resale shops to get these sneakers
100%.
before they hit the streets and stuff
100%.
like that. Just like we just said, there is no reason there's no reason that I could think of where illegals should be focused on train heists of Jordans.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I could definitely see some illegals being hired to get these Jordans for us. We'll pay you some money. You bring these to us, and we're going to sell them in our sneaker shop or our stores. I could definitely see that. I don't see illegals like, yeah, we're going to sell these on eBay, or what do they need these for?
Yeah.
You only steal these type of Jordans because you got a tip, which it wouldn't shock me, because there are a lot of resale shops and a lot of resale owners who get the hookup on stuff from people who got tips.
Bro, but this is a different kind of tip. Pause. This is the type that you had to know when, where, what time. There's so many variables. It's not just a tip like, hey, yo, there's a shipment going out. Potentially we're good. You have to know this is the route.
And I'm not saying that they're not capable of doing this, but we're talking about illegals here.
Okay.
They don't probably speak English that much. If you're going to emphasize they're illegals, the amount of work that you just counted out to know this, I don't see illegals doing all that work.
So it's got to be
A
somebody.
mastermind who got the tip, got the people, got the location, got the thing. Hey, you guys, just go ahead to this train, come there.
Well, they did say out of the 11, 10 are illegal. So the one that got caught that's legal, that might be the mastermind.
Not saying that illegals aren't capable of doing this. I just don't think this is high on their list of stuff. Now, being paid to work and get some money from something, that's a priority on an illegal person's list, typically in another country. And there is no reason why I could see illegals up in Williams.
Dog, this is a wild story.
It's wild. And there's going to be more that comes out to it. You may find some shop owners or some shops being in trouble connected to this. There is nobody who's going to convince me that there's somebody higher involved. I know these illegal people aren't like, oh, I'm thinking about a train heist. Someone told me. Illegals don't got tips on sneakers.
Oh, no,
so
there's someone high up that did this.
there's something.
It might be Marcus Jordan. He might be wilding again.
It may be. Cat's on that stuff. Huh?
Oh, that is insane.
But shout out to them, man. You almost got to. Well, actually, you didn't almost got.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't condone robberies. But had y'all pulled this off, I'd have tipped my hat off to you. Because if you were able to cut a fuse or a hose and do all this successfully, shout out. I respect it.
Fam. A train heist?
I respect it.
Man,
in 2025, if y'all pulled up, it's one thing to pull to get a semi truck on the side of the road and pull up and take everything in the back. You successfully broke down a train and stole the product and didn't kill nobody or shoot nobody. I'd have given you a round of applause.
Fam. Like, yeah, if they got away with it, if I'm Nike or any, I'd be like, hey, man.
Chalk one to the game. They got you.
Hey, man, they did their thing.
Yeah.
Stop a train?
Stop a
I would have
train,
been too
dog.
scared to get close to the train to cut the cord.
That's what I'm
Like, you
saying.
could die doing
They
that.
got like spikes, like, you know, like to flatten tires or something. Like,
Fam,
I don't know.
Come on, man. Anyways, man, shout out to them, man. Whatever. I don't know what's gonna happen if they're illegals. I'm assuming they're gonna get deported.
I
Like,
think so.
I don't know what the other guy is.
I want to talk to the non-illegal dude.
I need to find out.
I need to
buddy.
know. I need to know.
I
who it
gotta
is,
find out.
What was your motive? How you did it? You know what I'm saying? I just gotta know.
Oh my gosh, them cats cut a train hose,
gotta
dude. They have
know.
bandanas on their eyes, like the Ranger
Something.
or
I don't
whoever.
know.
Anyways, you
Cut it
see
by
the
laser.
you see the awake Jordan 5s?
I mean, the one picture that we all saw, yeah, I seen it.
I only ask you because you're the Jordan 5 guy.
I like them. They cool.
Really?
They cool. You don't like them? They're what, pink, right?
I don't know, man. You know what I hate about this is that
Weird.
like
It wasn't a Kith photo.
what I hate about this is that I think even though I didn't anticipate everybody wanting to reimagine 5s like they did, a part of me was kind of happy about it.
Yeah.
Like I was like, okay, like maybe we might be a tad bit back here. Like,
we've been back with 5s for a while.
have we?
I'm in year 5s. That's to me. Yeah. 5s low key. Actually, I'll go back
Well,
even further.
Okay, good.
Off-white 5s. I think that's what really got people
Okay,
going like,
so
5s.
So let's go right with what you're saying. I 100% agree with that, but see, those are your high collabs. So like to me, when you like reach back for an OG 5, then I go, oh, you may be really back because we all gonna try for the collab if it's fire.
But they doing that though because I'm just saying that to kind of get the feel back. So
Yeah.
off-white 5s, people like we got the feel back, and then we did I'm in year 5s. Really, you know, both of them, both fire. And then we got Reimagine 5s. They're dropping grapes again. People are getting excited for that.
I'm a man, your 5s might be cheaper than the Reimagine 5s. So.
Really?
Resale.
I haven't looked
maybe.
in a while.
I went to go look at some. I was like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of seeing people wearing these 5s because they look stupid fire.
I'm still
I went
mad
to
I
go
haven't
look.
bought it
I'm
yet.
trying just 320 in my size. I'm not doing that for a 5. No.
Reimagine 5s are dropping though in price.
I know they are, but it's not happening fast enough.
I know. Not
I
yet.
thought by this time I would see 200.
Somebody had posted something where they were at a random store and they saw a few sizes in stock. Not my size, because I called. It was at Arrowhead Mall. But so there's hope. There's hope that they'll drop. But no, I think the feeling for 5s is back for now.
Now I will tell you this: when you come with a banger like the Reimagine 5, I don't like it seeing being followed up by something that's super high risk. A pink 5 is high
I know,
risk.
man.
That's high risk.
And I'll be honest with you, it might not work because you saw, I think it was a couple years ago, I don't remember, when Khaled did his 5s and they were like pinkish and all that. And everyone thought, oh, this is going to be it because it's Khaled and it's We the Best. And I remember people, because I think, was I at StockX at the time? I might have been. Or maybe it just left. They were up in price. And then all of a sudden, no.
And joints are at the outlet.
Outlets. And now you can't get rid of. I know dudes was like, yo, $350, please. No. under retail.
Please.
Yeah, like, dog, please, no.
You
So
know?
I think this is another high risk when you're right. That being said, they're not bad. I'm not mad at them.
I don't think it's bad, and I do appreciate the effort into it. I like when brands take guts. Like, to me, and with the A and the net,
Yeah.
because we talked about this on a few episodes ago, I'm tired of these collabs playing it safe.
Yes.
That ain't safe.
Yeah.
They went all out.
Yeah.
The A and the net, and then the pink font. That is what I love, because that to me puts a stamp on your collaboration. There's nobody that can deny that collaboration.
Like, that is you.
You may not like it, you may think it's whack, but like,
But when you see it, you know.
when you see it, you go, that's the Awake joint.
Yep.
I don't like when I keep seeing these collaborations and I go, that's a collab? That
Yeah.
looks like the GR.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's
like
it.
that the one that Yachty was upset about, his Air Force. Everyone
Yeah.
was missing his Air Force. I'm like, bro, it's a white Air Force with your little boat joint on the back.
Buddy.
That's
like,
not a collab.
That ain't enough for me.
Yeah, it's not a collab.
Like, you're going to have to really jump out the window with your collab. Whether, hey, you're going to have to take that risk. We may hate it, we may love it, but I like the risk. So the Awake 5, I do appreciate the effort. I like the risk. I hope it doesn't ruin the 5s. Like, you know, people go like, all right, now you're wilding out. But I do appreciate the effort in it. I'm not going to try for it.
I'm a 5 guy, so I'm gonna try. Well, I need to see more pictures because we only seen the one picture.
Yeah.
I want to see more pictures. I want to see like what the pink hue is. I want to see like a little more details. Obviously, I want to see like what the retail is gonna be. I don't know if they released the retail.
I haven't seen that yet.
So like if it's gonna be something like $295 or something like that, get out of here.
That retail got to be just right.
Yeah, I want to see the packaging. I want to see the full actual. You know what I'm saying? For me to go, okay, I'm with it. But I like the early pictures. They're not mad.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I think it was a nice surprise.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like, holy crap, they cut the A and the things like that. Because you know what? Like,
Why Awake though? I'm kind of
I don't.
that was my only thing. I was like, why Awake? And what does it have to do? Like, why now? You haven't really been submersed in
I think a
retro
lot of
culture like that.
I think a lot of Awake stuff usually is A6. I think.
Yeah. So, which is cool.
nothing wrong
I'm
with
not mad that they're trying to delve into something different. I'm just almost like, why? You know what I'm saying? Is it because this is the year of the 5 and you're like, oh, let me jump on the hype train?
Well, because I will tell you this, I do, like you said, it was like Awake. Like, that's a little bit kind of out of left field, but I think I appreciate that because a lot of people forget there are a lot of brands who've never done a Jordan. Like Concepts, there's no Concepts Jordan.
Yeah.
There's no Kith Jordan.
That's true.
There's no Joe Freshgoods Jordan, any of these other cats Jordans. Like, Jordans have always been sort of a, actually, I think there's a Concepts, maybe like a,
if there is, I don't recall.
it might be on like a Jason Tatum or something, like the Concept C on something. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like a 5 or an OG or something. But like, there's no Kid Jordans, no nothing like that, because like, you know, I do want to see everybody have the opportunity to do a Jordan like that.
If they want one, yeah.
If they want one, or if they can, or whatever that.
And if they do it right.
Qualify, if they got to do it right too. You know what I mean? But like, you know, I would like to see a Salehi Benberry do a Jordan one day, Joe Freshgoods. Like, these cats, to me, they've done really good in their field of New Balances and, you know, Crocs and whatever else they do. That's cool. Let me see what you could do to a 3. Let me see if you put that personality in a 3 and let me see. Awake, I'm okay with it. This is probably the first Awake Jordan, right?
I believe so, yeah.
I think it's the first Awake Jordan ever. They really jumped out the window. Now, hey, this may be their one and only.
Yeah.
They may be like, yeah, we gave it a shot. Y'all jumped out the window too far. No, thank you. Jordan Brand may be like, sorry, wrap this up.
I'm not mad at it. I kind of dig it. I'm excited to see more pictures of it. You know what I'm saying?
It could be you a Jordan 5 god. You just may need to have it because you a Jordan 5.
And again, it's one of those. And if it's the one-off, if they're like, yo, we're just dipping our toes in it real quick, I'll cop to have it in the closet and be like, yeah, I got the Awake collab and it's a nice 5 and it might be a cool something to put on. It's pink, so, you know, a little Easter joint or something like that.
And that's what I did with the I'm a Man 5. Even though I wanted the black pair, I got the white pair. But and then when it comes to find out, when I'm like, you know what, let me pull this 5 out. I thought it was a 9.5 in mine. It was a 9.5 in women's. So I had to sell it.
Oh, damn.
I was like, you know what?
And you was about to wear them too.
And I looked at them and I was like, what the?
Did you put it on and realize, or you looked at it?
I took it out. I had never took it out the box. I mean, I think I took it out, took a look like, oh, that's cool. Put it back. You know us. We look at stuff. We may not look at it again for years.
Yeah, fact.
So I was like, you know what? Let me see this. And I put it in my hand. I went.
You look looking a little
I looked at the
small.
box. I was like, nine and
This
a
is
half.
looking a little
Nine and a half
small.
W. Oh my God. I was like, I can't wear this if I wanted to. So I had to like sell it. Or maybe I returned it to Nike. I don't remember. I
Yeah.
did something. But anyway, shout out to Awake. I would love to see them. I would like to see them in hand. I would like to see that hue of pink, which is very important. If it looks like like gross pink, that may be rough. I don't want it to look like a Valentine's Day Jordan.
Yeah.
I don't want it to look like, some type of sweetheart type Jordan thing.
Yeah, if it's like super bright pink, maybe not, but
Yeah, it has to be the right pink. But it looks like a fire red. Does it have fire red accents?
low key.
Okay.
That's why I'm holding somewhat judgment, because the picture was kind of hazy, and
Yeah.
like I said, I need that kith filter pic. I need to really see what it looks like.
I need to really see what it looks like. So we'll see. Shout out to them. Did you see the Wale joint that they introduced? So
Shout out to Wale, man. OG,
OG,
iconic,
legend, all of the
absolute
above.
legend.
Wale at All-Star Weekend, which we probably should have talked. Oh, maybe actually All-Star Weekend was that.
Yeah, also yeah.
So we did, yeah. So he showed up and basically unveiled a GT cut Future. It's like a combination of a foam posit mixed with like one of the other Hyperflight basketball sneaker type things. And he wore it out, and of course the internet lost their minds. Now, it's Wale, man. I need people to understand, right? Wale has been doing this for since the beginning of whatever.
Wale is the reason why people are called sneakerhead.
100%.
That's so he will never get any disrespect from me,
Never.
because he made it mainstream.
Now, made it mainstream?
Fight me.
Oh, you know what? Mainstream.
And here's why I say it. Because I mainstream. Yeah, I stand on that. I stand on mainstream.
I don't know. I
Now-
can't argue it.
Well, I won't
but
say he was the
can't-
first, because I'm also a music nerd. So
I'm a
everybody
huge
says
Wale
Wale was one of the first ones or the first one to rap about sneakers. He wasn't. To me, it was the Cool Kids. The Cool Kids, and for the California West Coast cats, you know
talking
who
about for
Cool Kids are.
Vans?
Huh?
For Vans?
No, for sneakers.
What are they rapping about?
Cool Kids was the first one talking about everything like fly, tight jeans, sevens, shoes in general. Like, they were talking about sneakers before Wale
Like,
was.
you don't even go back to Run DMC? Like,
No.
okay.
I'm
Nelly
not-
Air Force Ones?
I'm not.
Like,
I think that was before that.
No.
No, okay, maybe not. But I'm talking about being a sneakerhead. Yes, like Air Force Ones, they talked about wearing Air Force Ones. Cool Kids were talking about sneakers and fashion, and talking like they were the first ones that
I can't argue. Like,
I remember saying, they said something like sevens with a Swiss cheese bottom. I'm like, oh, that's fire. Like, talking about riding their BMX while wearing Jordan 5s. Like, but anyway, I digress. Wale was the first one to make it mainstream. Remember his first hit with Lady Gaga? What was the song called?
I know what you're talking about.
Off his Attention Deficit album.
Yeah.
Y'all know this song.
Yeah.
That was a video where he talks, I mean, he was talking about shoes and his fits and all of that. So he's the first one for me that made it mainstream.
I guess that probably does, and I just never thought about it that way. It's just Wale has always been so intricate in sneaker culture that, like, I don't think I gave him credit for making it mainstream. I just gave him credit for just being one of the original cats that you trusted in sneakers. Okay. And like, we're talking about decades of this stuff. Like, we're talking about that. And when we were really coming up in sneakers and like that, do I look to Wale right now for my sneaker knowledge and things like, not really. Not now. Look.
Now, I said all that because I wanted to preface that. He's iconic. He looked like that. He looked absolutely crazy wearing those god-awful orange-looking fam. He looked absolutely wild.
Now, hold on. Okay, so that's a different thought than I would have really thought you would have thought I had. And the reason why I say this is because I didn't look at Wale in them and think he looked crazy, but I know for a fact 99% of us would look crazy in them. Because Wale, to me, and I put it on Twitter, I said, Wale is the human Kith filter.
Yes.
Wale has gotten me to buy a lot of stuff that I thought looked fire on him, and then I got it,
100%.
and I went, oh my God, I fell for it again. Wale got me again.
Yeah.
I've done that many times.
What was that one LeBron that he wore? Remember that one LeBron he wore early that he made it look so fire?
Not with the nines. Not nines. I bought them.
You remember, right?
I bought them from Chic, and it had like the
It might have been 11 or 12 or something.
paneling on the side, and it kind of looked like a 9 a tad bit, but it had a very
And it was
unique
the way
look.
he had them laced, and I'm like,
It was
okay,
how they
these
were
are
laced.
hard.
I went and bought the exact colorway.
I did too.
everything. I looked awful.
I look nuts.
It had the pods on the bottom, the separated pods.
I'll never forget that.
Fam, he did that
were
with the penny fives. I thought the penny fives were fire, but he made them look so fire. The Miami Dolphin colorway, he made them look so fire. I thought I could make them look fire. They looked awful on me. I still like the shoe. I still like the shoe, but I was like, I look awful in it. But he made them look fire.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that he done that too. When I saw the pictures of Wale at All-Star Weekend, I went like, oh, those is cool. But it's on Wale. I've never looked at Wale and thought them look stupid on Wale. But I've always made the mistake of like, man, Wale looks fire on Wale. I'm going to cop. And then I look stupid in it. I put on Twitter, I said, Wale's the walking Kith. Don't fall for this.
Yeah.
This doesn't mean that these are not fire because they look good on Wale, all right? But no, and they suck.
This was the first time that
they look
the
bad.
Wale filter didn't work for me, man. Like, I saw him wearing them at the picture. No.
I did not think he looked bad in them, but I thought they looked bad.
No.
And I went like, all right, you guys are really hungry for something. If you're looking at these and go, ooh, yeah, you're dying for something new. And that's what's crazy is that like Nike and all these brands, it's like they're sort of oblivious. It's like people are dying for something new that they're looking at that and go, ooh.
Yeah.
And it's like, Nike, all you got to do is just come out the shadows and just get back to work and you can pull us back in again. But you sitting around fooling around. I know for a 100% fact, not even Nike thought the internet was going to react to those the way they did.
Yeah.
It was going to be like, oh, what are those?
Yeah.
But the cats were like, can't wait. I'm arguing with people in a thread like, buddy, stop.
Like, you don't really mean
Stop. You don't mean this.
No.
Like, you just seeing Wale. You're not Wale. I'm not Wale. Don't do that.
I can't.
Wale can put on whatever he wants to wear and wear these to wherever. You're not Wale. You're not him.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it, man. No, you're crazy. These is must cop. No, buddy. These are basketballs. These are called GT. These are called GT cut futures. You don't even got GT cuts. The regular GT cuts look better than these.
Yes.
These aren't better than the current GT cuts.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Nah, you tripping, Greg. All right.
You're not wearing GT currents. You're not going to cop the GT future.
If
you know what I'm saying?
If you don't got the past and the present or whatever, you ain't copping the future
don't do
GT
that.
cuts. Like, don't do that. You know? But look, shout out to Wale, man. Absolute legend.
Legend, iconic, I'll forever. Still one of my favorite rappers in the blog era. I still bump a lot of his music today. You know what I'm saying?
Fam.
I'll never have anything bad to say about Wale.
Never.
Right? But to me, the filter didn't work. They looked wild.
Yeah, like exactly my same sentiments. I mean, I go to Wale concerts. I love Wale music. I am a big supporter. George know this. I could rap a majority of his music. Anytime he comes out with something new, I may not like the whole project, but there's always one or two joints on there that I'm like, this is great. But let's stop now.
And shout out to Nike for attempting. The one thing I'll give them is like they are trying.
Effort.
They are trying the effort. You know, this might be a topic for like another pod, but like I want to know, is it really at this point for any designer, whether it be Nike or any other shoe brand, how tough is it to make something new these days? You know what I'm saying? Because
it's very tough.
You know they're trying, and you know we're asking for something new, and you know we're fickle. So like, and we want something new, we want something fresh, and you can see that they are trying. So I give them props. But like, the execution has been super lackluster. So I'd want to know, like, even if like talking to a designer, whether it be Nike, Adidas, whatever, how tough is it out there to sit pad to pen or and go pen to pad and go, yo, let me try to conjugate something new, and you just can't, or you come up with this. How tough is it these days to come up with something new where all of us go, damn, that's it? Because what I was saying before with Nike basketball, every single new signature sneaker coming out is similar. You know what I'm saying? Like
everyone.
For all the past 4 or 5, all look the same.
And that sucks because it doesn't separate you. It's like you're just gonna pick the one you like the most, I guess. But essentially, they all look the same. So it's like, what does it really make a difference? You know, we've talked about it many times on this show about that creating something from scratch. Like, that's hard.
It's gotta be.
We had a hard time just on Nike ID adding colors. Like, we couldn't master that. So the fact of like creating something from scratch, and plus, like, you know, when you design it on paper, it can look so much fire than when you actually make it and you go, oof, like it didn't come out how you want it to come out, and now you stuck with about 25,000, 35,000, 60,000 pairs, whatever. Like, you didn't put this in production, and it's like, whatever, we too far, whatever. I don't know, man. Like like I said, I honestly didn't think Nike. I know for a fact Nike didn't look at these and go, "Ooh, they about to lose their mind."
Like, this the one.
There's no way. There's no way they thought that. Because I do feel like the ones that Nike really think, like, man, this is the one, we're gonna put effort into it. I think they still fall flat. Like, you know, like that one that we talked about where it was like, if I catch a Soul Links for $85, the Air Max D8s or whatever, DN8s. Even the new DNA model, these Pegasus, these things like that are cool. The premium Pegasus, it's like, wow, I like that. That's cool. But is it enough for me to give you my 200 or 160? Like, I feel like even they're sort of handicapped in the sense of like, man, if I really push the envelope in design, Nike's gonna want to charge 280 for this. Ain't nobody buying this. So they always got to try to find this happy medium of like between like 160 and 220-ish, all right? And you can push it in that 220 range if you just design an Air Max. It's like, but I'm not giving you 220 for no new Air Max model. And it's like, but I may give you 220 for a Jordan 4 colorway that's fire. Or a collaboration, you could maybe get 230 to 250 out of me, but it got to be fire. Like, or the history of that collaboration, like a Union 1 Chicago, has to be so deep to where I go, these ain't my favorite, but I need a Union 1.
But I feel like I gotta have it.
I feel like I gotta have it. I've completed, you've done this. We've completed packs just because.
Just because. And you look at it, once you get it, you're like, this is a dumb pack. But if I bought one, I gotta buy the 3 or the 4.
The clot with the clear toe, I bought that one. And then the brown one came out, I was like, God, these suck, but I gotta. And then they came out with the silver with the pink one. I'm like, there's a third one? Like, these suck.
Dog,
but I gotta have all 3.
The reimagined, or they didn't call them the 90s, the recrafted 90s when they came out with like every single flavor. I bought the first 3 and I'm like, oh man, now I gotta have every single one. I was looking at the other day, I got highlight green, bro, I'm never touching them joints, but I needed the entire pack. Because they came out with 7 colors and I had to get every single color.
I needed to complete the pack just to say I got the pack. Now I got a closet full of clots. I got every single Pata Wave Air Max. And it was a fire. They're not bad, but it's like the concepts, it was like a hippie pack. The one with the bandana. I got all those.
My latest one that I completed was speaking of Union, the Union Dunk Lows, they had the 3-packs.
Oh, yeah.
So I like the blue, but then like they had like a LA Laker looking color, and I'm never going to wear it, but I had to get it. And I forgot the other one, a purplish looking one.
It's like a purple.
Yeah, and forgive me because I don't know the names because I don't care. But like I had to just, I got.
Or something?
Yeah.
Some.
But like I had one, so I had to get the other 2, and it's like, I'm never going to wear these.
Oh, yeah.
But I have the pack.
That's just what it is. Like, they can get you in that feeling. So, like, honestly, I feel like it's hit or miss with designers and anything right now. Like, I feel like even the ones, like you said, like, I don't think they have a thought. They like, oh, shoot, I'll tell you this. I know for a fact they'll never be able to convince me. Adidas will never be able to convince me they knew that Anthony Edwards would garnish as much attention as they did. No way. No way.
Yeah, because his was a slow.
Like, it's cool, but there is no way they looked at this and thought the internet would go crazy like that.
Oh, wait, you mean for the shoe or him?
Yeah, the shoe. Shoe. Oh, him, yes. No. There's no way Adidas was like, we finally got one here.
You know why? Because
that shoe,
aside from his basketball sneaker signature, they haven't had a fire signature basketball sneaker. So
they've had some okay ones, though.
But this one isn't considered okay.
But you look, I didn't one time look at this and go,
don't do that.
No. I thought this, oh man, Nike, Adidas basketball really doing their thing now. But I didn't go, sneaker of the year? Fam, sneaker
Basketball
of the year.
sneaker of the year, yeah.
That's fine. The Complex got this as sneaker of the year on their list. Hold on. A lot of people have it as sneaker of the year. And I go, what?
I wasn't necessarily mad at it because
I'm not mad at it.
it wasn't because that's one where an original idea,
Yes.
execution, top notch. The player just happened to be going absolutely insane when it came out.
The perfect timing.
Perfect
the freaking
timing.
Timberwolves got to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Perfect
See,
timing.
now it's all about timing because had that same shoe come out this year, oh no.
Oh, no.
Edwards looks a little wild.
It's probably best that the A2 isn't out.
Yeah.
Because he wilding, the team sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. But like I said, and I could be wrong, I just don't feel like Adidas was like, you know what? This gonna set the world on fire. I don't believe that.
Okay.
I think they were like, oh, shite, this one really worked.
Like it shocked him.
Okay, like look, we got with it. I feel like they
Yeah.
hype. And look at the A2s. The samples are so whack. I feel
are.
like they're like, oh God, we're gonna ruin this.
They're like, what are we gonna do?
Oh my God, we're
Yeah.
gonna ruin this. We
Like it ends here.
Oh my God, it's too much pressure. We finally have what we're gonna ruin
Sophomore
it.
slump.
I know it for a fact. You wanna do this top 10?
Let's get it.
Let's do this top 10. Look at that, an efficient, quick podcast. I love it. All right.
Bunch of topics.
So we are doing. What is this again? Hold on. Did I have something else on the list? Oh no, that was Wale. That's it.
Picture.
We are doing top 10 sneakers that
I would absolutely camp for. You said maybe. Mine's an absolute.
that Don would absolutely camp for, and top 10 sneakers that I'm about 97% sure.
No,
I
brother.
camp for.
You were camping for these. Well, actually, I want to hear your list, and I'll determine if you would absolutely or maybe.
You want me to go first?
You go first.
Let's do
I went first last
All
time.
right, I'll
You
go
got it.
first. All right, I got one honorable
You
mention.
got no honorable mention. See, I'm authentic to this. I can't honorable mention something because that means it's a maybe for me. No, this is solidified 10. I would do it. No questions asked. Let me hear your honorable mention.
Well, now you don't want to say it. I don't want to say it now.
I don't want to hear it.
You made me feel bad with Shirk. All right. My honorable mention, I have the Supreme Blazer, the mid.
Shit, I didn't put that. Oh, wow.
But I only got red. The black is stupid fire. And the white is fine. But the red is the one.
Is it?
Now, I'll tell you this. If they come out with a dark green Gucci like that, maybe I'll
Damn, I completely forgot about that one. That's a good one.
But I put it honorable mention. I put it honorable mention because it's still a blazer. Now, if they said it's dropping, I'm like, oh, shite, I need it. But as the day gets closer and closer, I'll be like, buddy, it's a mid blazer.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's my honorable mention. Now, I'm not a fan of my 10. I'm a huge fan. It's the greatest basketball sneaker, Nike basketball sneaker of all time to me.
Okay.
Number 10, I got the Kobe 6 Grinch. Now, I just said that I would never wear a Kobe 6 again. And we had the conversation about it.
What are we doing?
But here's the thing.
I'm so mad.
I may be the only person who doesn't have a Grinch or never had a Grinch. It is driving me nuts. Now, I got it at 10 because I can't tell you if I would absolutely camp for this. I don't know, okay? Because it's out there. I don't think I could go a day without probably seeing a Grinch if I really go outside and go somewhere. You run into a Grinch still. It don't matter if it's Christmas. It don't matter what time of year, you will see a Grinch. Or you put on an NBA game, somebody always in a Grinch on the court, okay? So it's been, hold out, all right? But
You are a confused human being. You can't on one pod tell me you're never going to wear it again, and in the very next pod say, I'll camp for it.
we said that I would never wear the Kobe 6 model again, but the Grinch is the greatest Nike basketball sneaker of all time to me.
You don't deserve them. If you're not
You're
gonna,
right.
If you're not gonna wear them,
I know.
you know what it is with. It's funny. All your lists, I'm always mad at number 10. The rest of the list I'm cool with, but from the candy list we did, because I watch back pods sometimes. The last list we did, I was upset, and now this list I'm upset. You can't on one hand say you're never gonna wear it and then the flip, but I'm gonna camp for it.
What you want from me? What do you want?
I want you to stop being
consistency?
confused. Yes, I need absolute consistency.
What do you want? Honesty? What do
All
you
right, dog,
want?
let's go. I want transparency. That's what I want. Number 9, man.
Number 9, I got the ASIC Gel Light 3 AFU, the Koi red, the red to the Koi.
Koi's a fire.
Now, I
mad
got
at
that at 3 because I'm not a huge fan of Gel Light 3s like
Okay.
that. But that Koi was
No, the Koi is hard.
Stupid fire.
Yeah, I like those.
And I got the red one, not the orange one. The orange was cool too, but I got the red one.
I'm not mad at that. That's a good one.
Number 8, I got the Nike Dunk Low SB Tiffany Canary. the yellow one. Now, that may have been friends and family.
Okay.
But I do know some cats who got it, but I think they're friends and family of Nicky Diamond or whatever his name is. And I got it at 8.
Okay, I like it.
Do I really feel that high about it? I don't know. But I like how rare it is. I like the idea of the yellow diamond because, you got the Tiffany ones. I think they got the black diamond, the yellow diamond. Like, those are real diamonds that exist.
I'm not mad at that.
I
I'm
like
not
that.
mad at that. I completely spaced
So
that.
I got that on there.
I'm here for it.
Number 7. Now, did you do, like, any special box ones? Because I did.
Yes.
Because
my number 2, yes.
Because I got some on here.
Actually, yes, 10 and 2.
So, number 7, I got the blue lobster with the special box. I'm not going to camp for the blue lobster in a regular box, all right? Okay. I'm not doing it in a regular SB box. But that styrofoam box, fam, we used to go to like maybe Ben had those, a couple Dunk Exchange. There was always this one cat that had the blue lobster and the foam box,
all the other stuff inside.
Fam, I will camp for the blue lobster in the special foam styrofoam box, but I'm not camping for a blue lobster in a regular SB box. Sorry.
I like that.
I'm not.
I respect that one.
Number 6, this is a cultural one. Not a huge fan of it, but Pigeon Dunk SB.
Dog, you know what's funny? So my For the Culture is at number 6 as well. It's not that one.
Okay.
But you'll see. That's dope. I like that.
I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'd be a fool if I said it was whack.
Yeah.
But it has such a history of like how it went down and released, and it's such a it may be considered by some the greatest sneaker of all time or the greatest dunk of all time. Like, it's up there.
I think it's the most hyped sneaker of all time.
And I feel like us as OGs who've been in the game for a minute, if we got the opportunity to cop, we'd be fools not to, regardless of how we feel about it or want it.
Yeah.
Like, there are a lot of sneakers to me that like we couldn't get our hands on or didn't, and it's like, if you got the opportunity, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
I don't care where I am in sneakers. I would be like, pigeon ain't my thing, but it's a pigeon. Like, what am I talking about
It's
here?
an OG. Yeah. I like it.
Number 5, I got this may be a little bit of a surprise, but I got the Dunk Low SB Gibsons. I've always just thought really high of those. I love the fact that it looks just like the inside of a Gibson guitar case. Got the pink fur inside the shoe and the brown and whatnot. I tried a whole lot. I spent a lot of years when we were in the sneakers really super heavy trying to get a pair, but it was hard to find a pair that wasn't all scratched up and ruined and creased, because if they weren't like that, they were going for stupid high.
Now, are you wearing those?
Yes.
Okay, no, it's good. I just want to make sure.
I would wear those. Maybe
feel
a little
your
bit
top
difficult.
5 need to be worn. Whatever you say.
Every single one on... Actually, you know what? Every single one on my list I would wear. The Kobe Grinch one is the only one where I'd be like, all right. But every one on here I would wear.
Okay.
So that's my number 5. Number 4, I got Miss Pac-Man lows. It's...
Hey, we here. Wait till you hear my list.
It's one of the greatest dunks of all time. I mean, it's one of those sneakers where you look at it and you just automatically know it's Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah.
It ain't got nothing on the Pac-Man. There's no ghost. There ain't nothing on this sneaker Pac-Man related.
See, because I had it.
There is nothing on that sneaker that is Pac-Man related, but the colors are done so good. That sneaker is so fire. I remember it was on a shelf. I don't know what store. It was Silver Surfer, Cyborg Surfer. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll get these later. And that was it. History, it was gone. That was it.
100%.
And I probably should have it a little bit higher, but I got it right there at 4. Number 3, I got the Tiffany Dunk SB Low. I mean, that's a historic classic too. I look at that just like the Pigeon Dunk SB. You got the opportunity to buy a SB Tiffany Low, you buy a SB.
You have to. That one you have to.
You have to. All right. And there's some other ones that are highs that are definitely amongst that too. I don't have any of the highs on my list, and only because they are highs. But there is one that probably is on your list.
I don't have any highs on my list.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna go say it. Skunk SB high.
Ooh. I don't know if I'd camp, but I like it.
That was the thing. Like, I don't know if I could see myself camping for a Dunk SB high, but it's one of the greatest dunks of all time.
And see, if I did it, it would be for the culture, but I only allowed myself one for the culture spot.
Yeah, I think even in my reality, in my real life, I think I could only really go for one culture myself.
Because I like you said, high, amazing. I'm not putting that on. And I don't know when I would reach for that high, especially a skunk. Like skunks are amazing, but in my head, I don't know when I'd be able to be like, unless I put it on for 420.
Yeah.
That would be it. I'd be like, oh, I got them 420, and then they go back in the closet for a year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't camp for that
You
personally.
know. Now, if they came out with a low top version, I would definitely want to cop. Now, I'm not camping for it, but I'm definitely copping.
I'd camp if it was fire enough.
We have to see. Number 2. This one was definitely, I think, a friends and family because it's one of the rarest sneakers of all time. I got the Yellow Lobster in the special package. The Yellow Lobster in the special package came in like a tub. It was like a canister, like a tube thing. It had like a net. It had like a fisherman's shirt.
Yeah.
Like it had a lot of stuff. That Yellow Lobster is super duper rare. I've seen them at a few sneaker events. They were pretty beat. Shoot, some of them may have been fake.
I've
like,
seen them in
God
person
knows.
once.
It's one of my favorite dunks of all time. I love the purple, I love the green, the blue, the red, all those I do. But that yellow one, me and George used to like look on eBay for them just to see who had them.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, you're running like one person on eBay with like a size 11, the full pack. They live in Boston because they were there at Concepts to get them and whatnot. And that's one of them I would. So I may have it a little high now that I'm kind of talking about it. But I love that sneaker because I probably should have Miss Pac-Man probably at number 2. But it is what it is. And then number 1, which I'm pretty confident is on your list. I don't know where. But I got the Dunk SB What the Dunk.
Dog. Hey, our list is similar. You'll see it's in different spots.
Yeah.
But our list is similar.
I've only seen the What the Dunk maybe twice ever. And maybe it was more too. I don't know. Like but I know for like in hand, and like we were at what's the skate shop? What's the skate shop? Cowtown.
Okay.
So we were at Cowtown. Me and George were in line for lobsters. Not lobsters, shrimps. The navy blue had the little shrimp in the back. We were out there for a long time. We finally got inside and got them, and we were chilling for a minute. And somehow the What the Dunks got brought up. Some other guy was in there talking about it, and the employee goes, "Oh, I'll show you guys." He just goes in the back and gets. Now they had already been released. They had already been out, but he just happened to have a pair in the back, and he brought it out. It was like,
yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, you clearly say for sale." And we were like, "What the?" And we were looking at the What the Dunk. That was the one time I've ever held one in hand and looked at it. But I think I've seen them at like on foot, somebody wearing a beat pair, maybe a couple at a few sneaker events or whatnot. But I can say without a shadow of a doubt, I would camp outside for a What the Dunk. And I would probably end up, now that I've gone through my list, I think I would say that about Pac-Man. I think Miss Pac-Man. I think I would say that about Gibson. Those are like probably the 3 on here that I can say without hesitation.
Yeah.
I'm going outside to camp for.
Fire.
That's my list.
That is a solid list. A lot of it is, I respect that. It's a good list.
What
really
you
good
got,
list.
Don? What
really
you
good
got?
List. All right, here we go. So no honorable mentions for me.
All right.
Number 10, I also have the Blue Lobsters.
Okay.
Now, I prefer, like you said, the special box. But it's for, I would get the regular box because I had an opportunity to get them for retail and I didn't do it. So I would just do it because I messed up the first time. So I would just do it just to be like, I got to do it.
So you would have had the regular box probably anyways.
Yeah, I'd had the regular box
yeah.
anyway. And it was something so stupid. I was in Denver at the time when they released out here. And I had a friend that actually worked, he worked somewhere and he knew that they got him in. So he called me. He's like, yo, they're here. They're chilling. Do you want a pair? And I could have called my girl at the time and be like, hey, go. But I just didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't put in the extra little work and I could have.
See, that's what happened with us with like Kennedy's. You know how much I feel about Kennedy New Balances. And me and George could have bought them. They were like, yeah, they came out in Boston. You could buy 2 pairs. And me and George was like, meh. And then they went up to like $1,100.
Dog, and it's like, and there was a retail, it was like, well, 110.
Yeah.
And I could have easily did it. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm in Denver right now with family. When I get back, I'll go get him. And then I went back and word had already got out that they were there. So it's just one of those things that's like, dog, you got to like kind of make it up to yourself. Go get him. So that's number 10. Number 9, PlayStation Air Force One lows.
You love those.
I absolutely adore it. Now, supposedly, they're supposed to be coming out again.
Canceled, though.
Oh, it got canceled?
I thought I saw that at something. Something happened to it or got pushed back.
Yeah, it was part of the rumor mill. But
Yeah.
listen, if they dropped PlayStation Air Force One lows, I would absolutely camp. Not even a question. I still love that shoe.
That's some dedication.
I know it's an all patent leather joint, and but to me, Air Force Ones are one of the few models that can be all patent leather and be absolute fire.
That red light still blinking on that? Sorry about that.
Yep. No, it's still blinking. Yeah, there's not too many models or shoes or all patent leather that I would wear. That's one. That PlayStation 1 low to me.
I don't think I expected you to have an Air Force One on the list.
I got 2.
Oh, really? Okay.
Come on, bro. I still wear Air Forces. And this is the time, if you're an Air Force One wearer or collector, do me a favor. Go to StockX. Because they're cheap.
I got linens in my cart.
Linens over there. If you like I like the Terror Squads that came out last year. Those are under retail. If you like Air Force Ones like I do, go to StockX, go to Grail, go to GOAT. They are cheap.
You know what's funny? When those Terror Squads came out, I was like, man, this is it. But that's one of those historic ones, too, where it was like you couldn't get your hands on the rapper versions.
Bro, I put a bid in right now for 110 in my size. I got those. So there's a bunch. But yeah, PlayStation Air Force number 9. Number 8, Nike times Off-White OG Presto. That is the only one out of the pack that I was able to buy, and I sold it, and I kind of regret it. I want a pair to wear.
I think I probably agree with that because I gave up Black Cos 4s for mine, and I had to pay like $400. That's how expensive them joints were at the time. So me willing to give that up and thinking about it in hindsight, that probably should be somewhere on my list. I still have my pair, but they are beat.
I love them. And every single time I see people wearing them, I'm like, shit.
Mine are so beat down, they're almost unwearable because I wore the mess out of them.
Yeah, I remember seeing you out and about a couple of times.
Oh, my God, I wore those out. I played soccer in them. I've done a lot of stuff in them joints.
I love that shoe.
Love them.
I love it. And it might be my favorite, if I sat and thought about it, my favorite Off-White collab.
Oh, yeah. Without a shadow of a doubt. It's definitely the best one for me.
Like, Chicago's, they cool and all. No,
mine would be those and then the 5.
Yeah.
The black 5, gray 5.
I love that shoe.
Yeah.
Number 7, I have the Friends and Family Cactus Jack Jordan 4s, the purple.
I thought about putting that on the list.
That is, it's a purple suede 4, bro. Like, I don't even care if it's Cactus Jack. It's just the Jordan 4. It's fire.
How's that not come out?
It's a Friends and Family.
I mean, like,
that one or the olive, they can release either one and I'd be down. But specifically, the purple one to me is
that purple one with that like translucent kind of
absolute fire,
that joint
bro.
is crazy.
I need that joint. I need it. So number 6, that's my for the culture. I have the what the dunk. I have the what the dunk number 6. Nike SB Dunk Low. That's my for the culture camp. It's not a super fire shoe to me. I've seen it in person. All that I've held it. I think when I worked at Pound for Pound, we had a couple of pairs. But I had to get it just for the culture. You know what I'm saying? It's the first what the concept we've ever seen. You know what I mean? I was there for it. I never tried to get it. I never tried to trade for it. I would just have to have it.
It was amazing how well it just worked. As a what the concept. Like, in reality, it's honestly really tacky, but it worked so well.
And even now, like, even if we've had so many different what the concepts since then, that one is still the best because it took elements from all the best dunks.
Yeah.
Like the concepts now, it's like, oh, we'll just take every colorway of whatever
that released.
Then they were like, no, we're gonna take the best from here, the best from there, the best from here, and like it had everything. Ray Gun here, Pigeon here, Tiffany here.
I'm glad I put that.
Supreme here. And it's like, fam, this is the iconic, amazing.
And that joint had Lucky 7.
Yeah,
he touched
Bucks and all. It had every single piece.
Every dunk that builds the are legendary dunks.
Oh yeah, you could say every single piece is a dope shoe.
Every single one.
So I'd have to do that.
That's crazy.
Number 5, never been your favorite. Me and George talk about this one all the time. Shout out to George. Jordan 1 Rust Pink Art Basels.
I thought you were gonna say the other one.
No, that Ice Chill or the Blue Ice or whatever. That one's cool.
Another one that I don't care about that you and George think is the greatest.
No, Art Basel Jordan 1 Rust Pinks.
Really?
Yes. I know Jordan 1s or whatever these days, but I love that shoe. And the quality, absolutely insane. Colorway, absolutely insane. If they drop that as a release, I'm camping, no questions asked.
And here's my thing. I never thought it was whack. I didn't think nothing about it. I just didn't understand why people lost their minds about it. Even to this day, you hear you say that, I go, Don, there's probably like 3 other ones that pretty close to it.
To be honest, I don't know why I think they're fire either.
Them joints should be number 10.
They got a rust pink Jordan 1 low that I can go
got
get
a
right now for
low.
under. It doesn't matter.
Do you
I
got
don't
the
know.
lows?
No.
I don't either.
I don't know. Listen, sometimes it doesn't make any sense. I get it.
Oh my God!
There's-
You know how many years we talked about lows in this podcast. Neither George or I got them.
And they're under retail.
Man, them joints is dang near free.
I've
all
had
right?
them offered to me for like $50-$60. I'm like, yeah, another time.
Fam, I've seen them joints for cheap, and I was like,
It makes
I'll
no
get them
sense.
later. I'll get them later. I'll get them later. I'll get them eventually.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't comprehend it. Sorry, y'all.
Can't either.
Number 4, Nike times Pata Air Max 1 purple denim. You know how I feel about those.
I thought about I didn't even know purple denim existed until you and George was talking about.
I love
everything.
that entire
Okay.
pack. Cherry Woods, all of them. It's the purple denim for me. That white purple denim combo, beautiful. And if they, again, I know they just came out with Patas for the
Yeah, anniversary.
and bro, those are under the retail too.
Yeah.
Under retail. So those I'm not rushing to get. But the purple denim, if they said, yo, we're releasing them, limited release, I'm out there. Camp chair ready. Now those, I might go past 12 hours. I might do 14, 15 hours. All right. They say,
Well,
people
hold
say-
on now.
Yeah, what?
What number is that at? 4?
That's at number 4,
So then it's 3, 2, 1. You feel the same way?
possibly.
Okay.
And you'll see.
All right.
You'll see.
You can't be talking about you do 12 hours at number 4 and at the top 2.
No.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Number 3. Yes, number 3. I have the Nike SB Dunk Low Miss Pac-Man. Now, these top 3 are probably my number 1 favorite colorway per model. All right. So Miss Pac-Man is my favorite colorway of all time. And that's one, like you said, for some reason, just never copped. I seen it when Dunk Exchange was happening, when Dunk Exchange was a thing. I'd see a worn pair, a couple of times worn for $200, $175. I'm like, cool. Never did it. I don't know why. It makes no sense. Look up one day, they're $700.
See, because like even back then, you think about those opportunities we had to buy like those used dunks that'd be like 200. 200 was a lot. You know?
Back for a used.
For a
back then.
used
yeah.
one. And like used and dunk SBs didn't just mean like worn once or twice. Typically used dunk SBs, them joints are kind of beat.
Yeah.
You know? There would be dunk SBs were so in that there would be some tables where they were all legit beat.
Yeah.
Like they were like beat, but they're still starting at 150.
And this was before you had Jason Mark, before you had all the other sneaker cleaners out there, Rejuvenator, where people actually spent time cleaning sneakers before they resold.
Right.
It was like, no, whatever's in my closet, I'm putting them on a table and I'm selling them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they used to be super beat.
Yeah.
They'd be dirty, disgusting, still asking for 200.
There were some that I thought like, these are really beat. Maybe I could clean these up really,
Yeah.
really good. But like they were always suede. So like there were some that you could tell people tried to clean and they were faded.
Oh,
like the colors
yeah.
didn't, they were faded right.
Because they didn't have suede cleaners like that.
Yeah.
So that's my number 3. Number 2, I've talked about this shoe plenty of times. It's one of my favorite of all times. The UNO Sakura Air Force Ones.
Oh, that's a good one.
Beautiful. And that's specifically with the special box. That wooden box,
That's a good one.
fam.
That's one of the greatest, if not the greatest. I mean, to
14,
me,
15-hour camp for me.
linens are my favorite Air Force Ones of all time. But that one right there with the cherry blossom leaves or
Dog,
whatever
if y'all
they
never
are,
seen it, all gray, cherry blossom, all stitched throughout.
the wood
Came with a
box
beautiful
it.
wooden box. I say that all the
forgot
time. That is
all
one of
about
my
those.
favorite, not just sneakers, Air Force Ones. If it's not the best one, it's like in my top 3.
It's in the top 2, top 3.
I
without a question.
absolutely love
It's not even
that
a
sneaker,
question.
man.
I forgot that even existed. That's never retroed, right?
Nope, it's never retro. It was never widely available like that. If they 15-hour camp easily for me, especially if in the wooden box.
There was only one person that I think on a regular basis I would see that on or with or somehow associated to, and that was Fat Joe.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
maybe
that's it.
maybe Clark Kent, maybe, but I think Fat Joe. Like that sneaker, man. If you don't know what that is, I'm gonna put the picture up on the screen, obviously. But fam,
That has been my
That's
been
a
my
good one.
favorite forever.
that's a good one.
And number 1, you guys know what time it is. Undefeated times Jordan 4, the Undefeateds, man. I will do a 24-hour camp, no questions asked if they actually come out. Now, regular box, yes. If they do it with the backpack, they might even get me for 30 hours.
All right, Don, settle down.
I'm not gonna stop. I've been saying this since day one. Why would I change? Why would I change? You yelled at me for saying I wouldn't do the pre-order for 1,000.
Pre-order.
So if I could, this is a $40,000 sneaker today. So if I can get these for retail, yes,
course.
I'm doing it. I'm doing a 30-hour camp.
Yeah, but if you're willing to pay $1,000, you don't need to, because I mean you're willing to pay the $450 too.
I'm not. If I heard Manor is getting,
Oh wait, hold on, Don. Don't say that, because I'm about to ask you a question. If
Don't
you
say
say
what?
you're not,
don't say what.
you don't get for retail, and they up on sites for $455.
Oh no, 500. Yeah, I've said this. Up to $750, I would probably pay.
No, you won't, Don.
Yes, I would.
$750 for a retro?
This is one of those ones. Because here's the thing, I don't want to wait to see what the market's gonna do. I don't want to wait and I mess up and it jumps back up to like $2,000.
Okay,
I don't want to wait because listen,
but you know that's not gonna happen.
I don't know that.
Don, 2,000?
I don't
Them joints
know
are
that.
40,000.
Exactly. So why wouldn't it decrease to 2?
When did they come
Okay,
out?
here's the thing. We've never seen a shoe that's $40,000 release and now be worth a couple $100. So I don't know. There's nothing
don't
out there.
either.
And if there is something, guys, let me know. But I don't know anything in the archives that has been upwards of 30, 40, 50 grand that's released and now is under 1,000. I don't know. So I feel like I would have to do it. If it releases and I miss and it's up for 700, I'd have to do it for the culture.
Fam, there is no scale for a sneaker at that magnitude retroing.
I don't know.
I can't think of.
Oh, wait, hold on. The Wu-Tang Dunk. That joint was what, 15 grand? And now is under retail.
That was one of,
point.
if not, that was a top 10 rarest sneaker of all time. I can't legit say that I've seen one in person before. I don't know.
No?
I may have. I just don't remember.
Well,
but, fam, like, that's a good one to gauge.
Ooh.
What about Pattas? How high was Pattas, the green one?
Pattas was like 1,500, 1,600, maybe.
Okay.
Now the denims are up there. Cherrywoods are up there.
They're up there.
But that particular one wasn't like hitting 5,000, 6,000, 7,000.
So that Wu-Tang one is
That's probably the only
a
one we
good
can gauge.
The only issue with the Wu-Tang one is that it's a dunk high. A Jordan 4 is just never gonna go out of style. I don't care how we feel about it. We think it's a Jordan 4.
And this is arguably the greatest collaboration
It's the very
ever.
first Jordan
The
collaboration
very first
ever.
Jordan collaboration. It might be hailed as like the best one. So I feel like if I couldn't get for the retailer 250, 275, whatever premium, and I saw them for 500, 600, I probably would do it. Number one, because I just gotta have it. I've been talking about the shoe for damn near. It might be 20 years. It came out 05, right? 04 or 05?
Long.
It might be 20 years. So I'd have to do it.
I did a whole episode in the closet about this, saying that like the best marketing for this is that this is the very first Jordan collaboration ever.
Yeah. I'd have to do it.
Yeah, you might have to, because your high being 40, your low, it could potentially reach 1,000.
That's what I'm saying. And I feel like it might. It's a Jordan, and even if it did for like, a few months, I don't want to wait, because I've been waiting this long for the shoe. If I have an opportunity to get it under $1,000 and I've been waiting for 20 years, I'm just going to do it.
See, I don't want to do that, because I feel like it's one that I need to have. Even though it's not the greatest Jordan 4 of all time, I love it. I think it's fire, but I feel like I have to have it.
Yeah.
But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, crap. I think that it has a high potential to get to that 7 to 1,000.
Dog, and let's be honest, like, I don't have to come out of pocket for it, because I want that shoe so much. I'll go in the closet, I'll flip 3 quick retros.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll flip, boom, 700 right there. And then it's not even no sweat off my back. I will do that in a heartbeat. It's not even a question.
So I think that's probably the best place where we are right now with the sneakers that we have in our collection is that if it just so happens, let's say that I really felt like I needed the Galaxy Foam Posits.
Yeah.
I got some stuff that I could sell to get Galaxy Foam
dog,
Posits.
like,
So, okay.
So yeah, if I saw them on, Go or whatever, like my size right now, Insta ship for $750, cool. I'm gonna press that and I'll turn around and I'll flip a couple of quick retros, and it's, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing that.
Is there anything in your collection right now? So like this list, there's nothing in my collection that I wouldn't sell to get these items.
That I would or would not sell.
Wouldn't. I have a lot of sneakers and I have a lot of things that mean stuff. I got a lot of stuff that's worth stuff. I got a lot of stuff, but I can honestly say there's nothing in my collection that I wouldn't have an issue with selling in order to get these.
Yeah, I'd sell it.
There's a couple of AirTech Challenge 2s that are rare, the Australians, the Wimbledons, the US Opens. I got like some pretty, but like I can't think of anything in my collection where I go, hey, in order to get the What the Dunks, you got to sell these 4.
Aside from like something like my family bought, like, the kids put money together to get for like a birthday present. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that.
Thank you, Donnie.
Aside for something like that, no, anything is up for grabs. But like I got some couple basic Air Forces that they bought that like, I'm forever.
I don't mean those. I don't mean sentimental value.
Now, that being said, if I had to, I'd be like, children, listen.
Have a talk with them. Hey, look, I really love y'all. I think that was very nice of you guys, but Daddy's Grail is coming out.
And you guys contributed to that, so thank you. But no, everything's up for grabs. For this list, no, everything can go.
Yeah, I don't think I have any Jordans that I would have any issue parting with in order to get Miss Pac-Mans or What the Dunks or Tiffany's. I don't think I have any Air Max models that I feel like, no. I don't think there's anything like I don't got a Fragment 1 and stuff like that. Like I don't got Dior's or stuff like that. Even if I did,
I've got a couple Travis Scott's, lows that I
I got some Travis Scott's in the closet right now.
Some Travis. I still got Off-White UNC ones. Like all I can go for this list. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I 100% agree. That may be another top 10 list.
Which one? What list?
I don't know how to phrase it though. Top 10
sneakers that you couldn't sell or something like that.
I don't know, something along the lines.
That would be a tough list for me because again, for this list, everything can go.
Everything could go for this.
Yeah.
I think even right now thinking about it, how we've just kind of talking about the Undefeated 4, even though it's not my highest of high, I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna be right out there. I'm gonna be out there getting it. Like
we gonna be there, and I better. I'll bite my tongue. It's for anybody, but I better not see some younger cats out there. If I see someone that like,
they're gonna be out there.
I know, but I would almost ask them, and I'm never gonna be the gatekeeper, but I'll be like, why? I would just ask like, why are you here?
There are certain things to be the gatekeeper on. I feel like everything on our list, buddy, what you doing out here for these what?
But I don't want to be a hater because like,
nah, you're not a hater.
I would just have to ask, like, okay, respectfully, if I don't get this pair and you get a couple, I might have to like snuff.
Oh no, you may get. I may heist. You may be my next.
It might
heist.
have to be a heist, and I'm legal, so it's what I'm saying. But I'm legally heisting you because I'm like, bruh, I need these, and you don't.
A cat with multiple Miss Pac-Mans, but you don't play this.
You
game.
have no reason.
You know nothing for this. I may put my bandana on.
Yeah,
I may put my Pooh Shiesty mask on.
Why are you
getting
PlayStation? You're not gonna wear these.
Yeah. Now this was Fortnite. If you're not gonna catch me in line camped out for the Fortnite joints. No. Now my kids, cool. They want them.
Yeah.
I do what I can, and I like Fortnite. It's a fine game.
Yeah,
but like. I don't need to be camped outside for that because that's this generation. Mm-hmm. Now, if a cat catch me and want to snuff me because I'm an old man with a gray beard looking for Fortnite, cool. I can play the game, but I don't need to be outside for the sneakers. Go ahead and snuff me. Bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Cats out there for Undefeated 4s, for What the Dunks, Tiffany Low SBs, fam, go home
you
or
weren't
else.
born when they came out, all right? So once I get my pair, have at it. But if I can't get a pair because y'all in line,
I'll be tight.
I'm stuffing you.
I honestly can't say. I don't know how I'll react. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll be tight.
I'm definitely gonna snip the hose. I know, like just on the train.
Yeah,
I'm gonna snip y'all little carburetor hose. Wait till you pull over, and I'll be like, hey, no disrespect.
Oh my God! Could you imagine being in line for Undefeated 4s and don't get a pair, and some nerds out there in their teens get them? I would be legit like that. You have been in plenty of campouts where it's like, buddy, cool out, buddy. Nah, bro.
I'd have to make.
I would make some noise. Like I would hate to think to myself of doing that, but I would have to make some noise.
I'd be like, I'm gonna sit y'all down and play back this episode so you can see why I need these.
Like I would have to be, hey, like, come here, man.
Yeah.
Look, I'm willing to pay you for these, but I don't want to have to take these.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to give you 5 for them just to be a nice guy.
All right.
Yeah, but I will take these. There's no way I could see
Take
that.
the money, and if you say no, you're gonna regret it.
For you, buddy, take the money.
Yeah.
This is for the safe side. I know you got some whatever you want to buy. You got a little girlfriend or something. I got 5 for you and I'm being nice. I should take them from you for retail, but I'm being nice. You got no business being here for Undefeated.
Yeah.
You actually weren't alive.
You were
this
not
ain't got
alive.
nothing to do with Michael Jordan.
Nope.
This ain't got nothing to do with watching basketball. You stop. All right.
And you never been to the Undefeated store. There's no stop, please. Just give me here.
Yeah, just
hand them over.
Come in real quick. You see the homie over there? It's about 3 homies. We're not gonna do this. I would hate to.
They know why I'm doing this. I don't even have a record. I'm super nice. I don't have a record.
No record.
I've never been arrested. And I'm not even risking anything. This is for the culture. This is happening.
This is for the culture.
It is on. This ain't no gang. This is for culture.
It would have to be on some high intimidation, like where they have no choice. Like, buddy, I'm sorry, man. I'm willing to go take it there. So I'm gonna give you the 500. They'll be like, oh man, please.
No, that's real.
500 for you cash, buddy. I'm being nice.
That's
anyways.
real.
I could just snatch the bag and walk. I'll push you in the dirt. Yeah.
Big facts, and I will if it comes to that.
If it
I don't
comes
want
to that, God bless. God bless.
And everybody will understand. They'll be like, well, he did tell you he was gonna do that.
Yeah.
And I'll even come on a pod next week and be like, hey, man, shout out to you. Had to snuff you. My apologies. I prayed for forgiveness on the way here.
Fam, we've grown up in sneakers. We've been hemped up before by some older cats.
Yeah, it's okay.
I remember I was in 7th grade, and I came to school. I was always first. First day of 7th grade, this cat in 8th grade, maybe 9th, he was like, you always got the sneakers. But while he said that, he was like this. And I remember his name too, Alvin. And I'm like this. And you try to play it off first day of school.
You right.
I've never seen this kid before in my life.
That is hilarious.
And he's like this, but you always got them joints on.
mad.
And I was like this. I'm looking around like, guys, I looked at their faces. How I knew that it was a potential trouble when I looked at their faces. Everybody else's faces was like.
They're like, yo, it's about to go down.
They were like this, and I was like, oh, man. And I just stood there for as long as I could like this. And he's like, I don't need these, but my brother could need these. He's talking to me. And his cat was from Pittsburgh. He was from Pittsburgh, California, not Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh, California, ain't no joke. And I go, oh, man, what you talking about, man? These my shoes, bro.
Yeah.
This is my first day. What you talking about, bro? He was like, all right, man. And that was it.
But he was kind of testing you. He's like, fam, I'm letting you know.
Me. He was, because I feel like anybody else would have been like, and took him off.
Yeah.
I waited out, and I knew he would have mopped me. All right. And I will tell you this: he did get shot and died. He was that type of person.
He tried the wrong one.
He tried the wrong one. It was destined to happen with him. He was that type of person. So. Anyways, memory lane. See, that's nostalgia.
That's nostalgia.
I may go buy those. Like, I remember I was going to get robbed.
He's almost got robbed threes.
I remember being hipped up for those. Anyways, appreciate you, Don.
Of course.
Appreciate my like, subscribe, share this podcast. Always welcome, like anytime, man.
Yes, sir.
Got anything else?
That's it, man.
Nothing else. I sneak this.
Bow, 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 bow.
Let's go.